Yes, sir. We live. Here we go. Go ahead. I give you the floor first. This is Jimmy Quinn's page, Topper Hill. It's my guy Kezz Davis. We just met.
Yes.
He asked if we wanted to debate. I told him yes. Here we are.
Yeah. Basically, I just think we have a fundamental disagreement about where we are as a country right now at this point, and the direction of where we see the country going. Um, I don't necessarily have an opening soliloquy because that's not. Was that okay? I thought I
That's
heard it.
good. That's good.
Okay. I don't necessarily have an opening soliloquy other than the fact that I just necessarily like would just throw it out there like pretty much everything that you could think of when it comes to the topics of Democrats and Republicans, we kind of part ways. Now, we have agreed on a couple of things already, but we'll save that for I guess part of the end of the show. I really want to get to the minutia of where we're at right now and where we do not agree at. And so, I mean, shoot, you throw out a topic, you can throw out economic policy, social policy. I mean, whatever you want to, wherever you feel like you're at, or if I'm just gonna throw anything out there just to get it kicked off.
Um,
Um,
let's just give us an introduction for first of all. I'm assuming this is about Donald Trump. Let's just say that right there, right?
I thought that was
So
going to be in the
that's the elephant in the room. I mean, we didn't.
yeah.
I said so. That's probably what we agree or disagree against, and so we're gonna figure that part out. When it comes to Republican or Democrat, bro, I'm neither to the left nor the right. I don't really. How should I say it? I'm not no politician, and this is going to be my argument. Neither is anybody else who's talking about it. And that's why there's a lot of politician stuff that we don't really know. But not you, because you just told me what your minor was, so or your major was, political science. So that kind of makes you a politician. So I can't say you, but there's a lot of people who aren't politicians who really don't understand the structure, and they just be talking, right? And those are the people that I be after sometimes, or I go against. But not all the time politicians is right either. So let's just start with that.
Okay. So I guess my first question, I guess to kick it off, would be did you vote for Donald Trump?
No, I didn't, bro. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm not a politician. I only voted one time in my life. Guess who it was for?
Well, well then I'd have to ask you your age, and I don't want to do that if you don't want to
I'm
disclose
I'm
that on
fi-
here.
I'm 53. You see the gray hairs,
I
right? That's
mean,
what I'm saying.
hey, I got one. I'm on my way, bro. I got one of them. I got one of them.
Okay, okay. They cut.
But
They
no,
they, they
but
come
I
real
would,
fast because I didn't have
but
that many. But go ahead.
I would think that probably your first, if I was to guess, the first the first presidential election that you involve yourself in may have been um if you say you're not really into politics like that, was like Bush versus Gore, maybe.
Nope.
Am I is it after or before? Am I off? How far am I off?
It's it's
Obama.
after Obama.
Okay,
And I
so that was
voted
your
and I
first time
voted for
voting.
Obama. I had a
Okay.
black son, right? And the had a son at the age, and the reason for that is if anything, Obama was more, how should I say it? What's the word I'm looking for? Inspirational, because now black kids could see that they too could be president, right? Before Obama, I don't even think now, even with Kamala running, and even now there's people who can be president. That wasn't really the case before, right? If you was a black person, you probably didn't. How could you be president? Jesse Jackson ran. We'll get into that later, but that's one person. You get what I mean? But blacks don't really run for president or have a shot until Obama, basically. You get what I
I
mean? So
mean, so do you think so? I guess do you think that it was just his time, or was he actually the right man for the job?
Man, this is what I'm saying, bro. It's like I'm not a politician, so
This is why I'm prodding you, bro, because I want to see
so
where
I
I want to
know
see
here,
where
but
your head is at.
I'm gonna go. I don't think it's gonna go left. It's on the thing. He was planned. Like their route is kind of sealed in at birth or something, right? They're connected. Usually, every president has a lineage to Queen of England, right? If you believe that or not, but they're all
I've
related.
heard that before.
They're all related except for this
And I've seen
motherfucker.
like a literally like I've seen a it actually, well, I believe it was like an elementary or middle school student that actually was able to draw out the whole family tree and it connected all of them, which was crazy at the time, but
Right,
it turned out to be a
right.
fact. It
So
turned out to be true.
it's some squirrel stuff. It's some secret society stuff to where like for example, Obama's real name is Barry Soetoro. So you know, if you understand who that guy is, the Soetoros, which I don't really. I just understand that's his
That's my
name.
first time hearing that.
Up, his name is Barry Soetoro. This is where you get the birth certificate thing. Remember his birth
I remember
certificate?
the birther thing. It was definitely one of those things.
Because the reason why is because it was just a trick. There's just things, there's just politician stuff. That's what I'm saying. To where it's just something to say his name
What would
is not
be
going to be
my
on the birth certificate. So
I
we
guess
would never
my
see
question would be what
Barack
would be the
Obama
motivation for that though?
to why he changed his name.
No, 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 not to why he changed his name, to why at all of a sudden we had all these white presidents and all of a sudden we're just gonna throw this black guy in there, we're gonna change his name, and it's like some big ass fucking conspiracy. Like I don't
Donald Trump. We have to make way for
what is,
Donald Trump. This stuff was all planned. We had to. So,
wait, so you think
yeah,
Trump was planned as well?
bro. I mean, yes. Look who he ran
I don't know
against.
if this debate is gonna go the way that I thought it was
I mean,
going to, because
nah, probably
it
not.
almost sounds like this turned into me talking to Alex Jones.
Whoever that is. But here's what I'm saying.
Okay.
It's bro. Come on, man. Biden and Kamala was the two worst candidates of all time. Everybody hating this
How
man.
so?
How can you, man? Biden wasn't even in office last year. He's the dude is out there. He's sleep. He wasn't running the country. They say right. He can't speak. He was falling and stumbling everywhere. He's incognito. You didn't just see him speak a week ago. Did you catch what he
No, I
said a
did
week
not see
ago?
him.
All
I
right,
did
bro.
not
He
see
spoke.
it. Bro, he's first of all, let's throw this out there. Biden was not my candidate. That's not who the fuck I voted for. He's not my cup of tea. He is not the guy who I consider to be that's the best fit for president.
Right.
I said that he should have dropped out a long time ago. Like way before, like I think that he waited too long. I honestly think that if they would have introduced Kamala way earlier, like maybe a year or two earlier than they did, then she might have actually resonated with the people better than she did.
And my thing is, I think they did that on purpose to not give her a chance at winning. See, that's
So
where when you ask me, do I think with this Al stuff, do I think stuff is planned? I don't have a. I'm a type of person to where I don't necessarily know, but I can see how. And if I was to go that route, I can see how they were implanted to lose. Because everybody hates Trump, right? So why won't you just make? I've been asking these guys, why won't you just make a better candidate? There has to be a better candidate out there than Biden and Kamala. 'Cause Kamala was horrible. You gotta,
most definitely, most
so
definitely, I would definitely
so
say agree with you on that.
so
There's
that's my
definitely a
point.
better. So okay, so the only the thing that I'm having trouble with reconciling with you on that point is how can you say that Biden and Kamala were the worst? They were the worst of the two choices that we had, but acknowledge at the same time that nothing that was like can you at least acknowledge that nothing that's going on right now is actually better than what would have been the alternative choice? or
Oh,
is
it's
that
all. No, it's better. Come on, man. Look at the number
right
of
now is better? You're saying like the with Trump in
just on
office is
what
better than the
just on
alternative.
what he just on what he ran on, right? Like so,
What did he run on?
he run on clearing up the border.
Okay.
He cleared that up. That's just right there. It's only been 4 months. See, he's only been in 4 months.
But you do realize that there was a border bill that was put in place that he literally shut down himself because he said he wanted to run on the border.
No,
There was a
I didn't know that.
bipartisan border bill that was already about to get passed through Congress and through the Senate. It was going to get passed through the House and the Senate. Guess who shut it down? And he literally
What?
said, and he literally
When
admitted
did he
himself,
shut it down?
I shut down the bill.
When did he shut it down?
He shut down a bipartisan border bill that was actually
When?
going to win
Yeah.
right, like right before the election. What was that? August or September, something like that. It was in 2024.
So he didn't get into office till January.
He told everybody, all his constituents, meaning the Republicans, the conservatives that were in office, he told them, vote the bill down because I want to run on that. And when they asked him directly, are you going to take responsibility for shutting down a border bill that would actually help the country and actually tamp down on illegal immigration? Are you going to take responsibility for the fact that you shut that bill down, a bipartisan bill that reached across the aisle on both sides? And he said, I will take full responsibility of that. This is the things that I be talking about that I wish people knew. Did you not know this?
I didn't know that because listen to this. All I know is 4 years that
This
we
is the
had Biden.
problem.
All 4 years we had Biden. You talking about he came in January or when did you say? So I would give Biden at least 3 years and 9 months of a bad border. So you can't say that in the last 3 months he said do something. What about 3 years and 9 months of it just being a free for all for illegals to come across the
You
border?
well because well
Millions of
because you
people.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because
What did Trump have
what?
anything to do with that? But tell me why.
No. I'm gonna tell you why. Because what was he actually able to pass that the Republicans actually voted with?
No, see now you're switching the goalposts. See what I'm saying is for 3 months, 3 years and 9 months. Let's say I give you the 3 months that Trump did this, what you just accused him of doing. Let's say I
All right.
give you
So this
that.
is why we
I don't
have phones, right? And this is why
I
we
don't
have the
believe it.
internet.
No.
So
I'm giving you that. But here's what I'm saying. Listen to me. I want you to hear me because I give you that, right? But for 3 months, because he couldn't do anything while he was being attacked, right? Because first of all, they were witch hunting him. They was trying to get him out of there. So it wasn't like he was. They knew he was running, but it wasn't like he was telling nobody what he was going to do because it wasn't even for sure that he was going to be able to
are you talking
leave
about
the
Project
country.
2025? Yeah, he was.
No,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
no. We're getting that. There you go. Switching. I'm talking about the
No, no,
Biden.
no, no. But no, we can stick to the topic.
So I'm talking about when Biden was in office. The 3 years he was in office, and I said 9 months, right? So that's 3 months that Trump was about to be in office that he could say stuff. So I will give you that. There's 12 months in the year, right? So about 3 months he was kind of already overlapping on Biden. I will give you that. But for the other 3 years and 9 months, what the hell was happening with the border? It was what? It was a free for all. Everybody can come
You
through. There was
okay? Okay, so this is another thing. This is another reason why I have an issue when you guys say that. It's because do you know how many people illegally crossed or tried to cross the border during Biden's tenancy in office?
no, but I see the numbers. It's like four almost $5,000 a month. But since it's like down there, it's like a 94%. It's like 94% turnaround. So it's like only 200 people now.
I'm
400
asking
people
you,
now.
do
No,
you remember what the actual number was, or even close to it, when Biden was in office? The border crossings.
no, I don't.
You don't have to know it. And I'm not. This is not a gotcha. This is not a gotcha. I'm not asking you
Okay.
because I expect you to know. The reason is I'm asking you this is because the reason why we do know is because clearly those are the numbers that we've actually of people who've been caught trying to cross the border, or else we wouldn't have a number. If
Right.
there was a such thing as an unlimited people crossing the border, then we wouldn't have a number. So the fact that we have a number, those are people that are caught.
But we do have a picture. You didn't see the picture? It looked like a state. It looked like a kumbaya. You didn't see that big
See,
picture of Mark
are you
Zuckerberg?
going based off of vibes and feels and pictures? Because
Yeah, you have to.
Donald Trump can show you a picture of him having what he claims to be a sold out crowd, and then all you got to do is just zoom up a little bit and you look at the rest of that shit, and that shit is fucking empty. But he will tell you till his dying day that he had a packed out stadium. So pictures
I,
don't mean shit.
I get you, but the numbers don't lie, bro. The numbers don't lie.
Exactly. So
The
what
numbers don't
do the
lie.
numbers tell
So the
you?
number of people crossing the border getting caught or it's crazy.
What
It's
okay, but that's a, but that but see but do you see why now this is already starting to blow back in your face? Because you can't
no.
give me a number, and then when I ask you, do you even know why there is a certain number? And I tell you why the reason is for that number
You
is
say
because
because
those
they get
are amount
caught.
of people that is the amount of people that have been accounted for that have tried to cross the border that didn't make it, or they did and they had some kind of extrajudicial ways of, you know what I'm saying, like there was actual ways of entry, you know what I'm saying. We're talking about the border, the levels of entry. We're talking about the areas of actual entry into the country. We're not talking about fucking mules and drug camels and shit like that, because those can't be accounted for anyway.
Right.
So
I, I got you.
I would say that
But I
on
don't
that
mean I agree. I will tell.
you
I
kind of
do
just played it to
agree with
my
the
hands with
numbers.
that one.
No, because the numbers is out. He's the numbers is crazy Biden's way. Biden they were just coming over. Trump is stopping that.
How are those numbers getting accumulated, bro?
How?
How?
I,
Who's counting them?
I don't know.
Who's counting them?
I actually don't know, and I'm keep it 100 with you.
Okay,
I don't know,
so
but
next
that's
topic.
not to say that's not to say. Now look, I'm sharing this because I got to share this on Facebook
Okay,
because I've been looking trying to do it, but we got into talking because
we
people didn't
can.
see that we're on live and we don't have no it's just me and you. Dang it, it's me and my girl sharing the computer. This on her computer, so it wouldn't even be coming from my post. But let me do it like this.
All good, brother. All good, bro.
Yeah, you know how you share you share
I'm still kind
computers,
of
bro.
pissed off that you got the Wazoo shit going on, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
I'm
bro,
UW over here.
it's cool for life, bro. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
we Husky
saying? Like
Nation over here, bro. But nah, it's all good,
we
man.
we call you guys Fuskies where I'm from. You see what I'm saying? You know,
Hey,
we mess with
yeah,
you guys, but we don't.
you know why I don't have no problem with that? Because I didn't have
Why's
the
that?
GPA to get into fucking UW anyway, dog. I had to go
Hey,
all the way to I had to go all the way to Cali to go to college.
and look, and I barely had the GPA to get into Wazoo, so it's a party school. That's what we did, bro.
Facts,
We
facts.
win lose, we gonna still booze. That was our motto. Feel what I mean?
Yeah,
So
you
that was
guys ain't that far from Eastern, right? Are y'all kind of in the same area, or
about an hour away.
okay? Yeah,
It's about an hour away.
that's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah. So
Let's get back to the topic at hand,
yeah.
bro.
Go
So
ahead.
okay, so do you think that the Trump administration is right for what they're doing right now, as far as like illegally taking motherfuckers out the country who were here legally and not giving them no kind of due process?
Well, change your wording. First of all, when you
Oh
cross the
shit.
border
Okay.
without going to the people to sign up, when you
They
cross this country, if you don't go to the embassies right away, and you can't get to Washington, you're
if he's
illegal. Hold on. Let me explain.
okay, go ahead, go ahead.
You're illegal. If you're undocumented and you're in Washington, you have committed a crime. Period. So if you that's just let's just start there. What a crime is. Now I know there's a sympathetic cause to illegals, but if you come across the border
Ooh, I'm
and
about to fuck you up. I'm about to fuck you up.
You get to Washington, guess what, bro? You've committed a crime. You've entered the country illegally. Period. There's no there's that's a crime. Now, if you don't agree with that, then you're being sympathetic. And see, now
It's
what we have is a bunch of sympathetic plights, and I understand that. I empathize with the people who are sympathetic. Some of these guys been in the country legally a long time. They got jobs. They build families. They're doing jobs that we don't want. I get
You
that,
almost hit it. You almost hit it.
right? So
So
they don't create a family, but some of these guys are coming over to have kids and thinking the kids should stay. I'm 50-50 with that, right? Who am I to judge that type of stuff? But I do know that if you cross this country, so the verbiage is wrong with you guys already. You're
I'm
illegal
gonna take a shot to
once you
that.
cross that
I'm gonna
border.
take a shot to
Go
that
ahead.
because I'm about to fuck that whole argument up right now.
Go ahead.
Now you
My bad.
said if you come into this country illegally, do you know how people apply for asylum?
Come and then they go to the embassy, run to the border, or they go wherever they get in at. They go straight to the embassy. That's what you're
Do you
supposed to do.
okay? So what does that require them to do?
That requires them to come in, right?
Right. So is that illegally if they're applying for asylum?
Um,
And
well,
guess what? On top
there's
of that,
roads
what
to
you
do.
probably well, another thing that I would say that you probably don't know is that they actually tried to create entry points in other countries. Guess who shot that down?
Stick to that. Stick to
We're talking about
right. Because if
illegal
you
and legal ways of entering the country.
because there's
We're
only
sticking to
just
that.
for example, if I was to try to get into Canada right now, I could try to get through Blaine, go to the black thing of Blaine, and try to crunch over.
Why are
The
you
only
not
way I can
answering
get
my
into
question?
Canada
Why are
is
you not answering my question?
go to the building. What was the question again?
If you are seeking asylum and you are not a citizen of the United States, how do you go about seeking asylum in the United States? Do you do that from
You
your
have
home
to.
country? Oh, wait. Let me just finish the question. Do you
Okay.
do that from your home country or do you do that by actually going into the United States and seeking asylum?
You come into the United States. When you cross the
So,
border, so hold on. So there's places where you go. So with that Mexican California border, there's buildings. You
Mexicali,
walk you walk up to the building along Texas. You walk up to the buildings, the administration's place, that's right there. Not the back alley. You don't go under the fence over here. You don't go over
right?
there. You go
Right.
to where they accept you.
Nobody is arguing for letting people in who are jumping fences and digging tunnels and shit like that. We're not
But
talking about
those are the ones he's kicking
what they're
out.
actually doing, but what the actual administration that's in charge right now is actually doing is they're denying people who literally went the legal way. That is the fucking problem. That is the problem in itself.
That's neither here nor there, and I can't argue
How
for
is that
that
neither here nor there?
because most of the people he's going after right now is a targeted group of people, MS-13, and then so within that
That's
there's people
literally
who
not true. That's literally not true.
let me
That's
finish.
go ahead.
Within that
Go
are
ahead, bro.
people who are illegals who did some crime or whatever, who done just showed up on the maybe it's a simple assault, maybe they got pulled over, right? They're all not criminals, but they're illegally in the country and they didn't sign up, so they got a ticket, they got something, they're
It's
using,
a okay, but do you know
they got
when
some
okay,
food
so
stamps or something.
if you are somebody who entered the country illegally, is that a when it comes to the criminal offense, is that a
Hmm.
violent offense? Is that a civil offense? What is it?
It's a crime.
No,
Now
what kind of crime?
it's not non-violent. It's non-violent.
It's a
I'll give you that.
civil crime. A
Okay, civil
civil
crime.
crime. The same
Right.
thing that Donald Trump literally just got fucking prosecuted for not that long ago.
Right.
Civil crimes. So if
For
we're going,
hiding an affair.
if so, my thing is if we're going to
Now
apply
he
it
got a
to the
felony
highest
for hiding an
standard,
affair. You brought that up though, right? Real quick.
what
He
was
got
that?
34 felonies for hiding an affair. So you
No,
wanna
no.
okay,
What?
we'll get back into
What?
that later. Yes.
Yeah,
For
please, yeah,
lying and
please.
hiding an
Because
affair.
because
Real
you ain't
quick
ready
though.
for that conversation, bro.
Keep
You
going.
don't really want to get into the actual accounts that he's actually charged for and convicted for. And I highlight convicted, but
Of course.
that's neither here nor there. We're gonna keep it where it's at right now. You're still helping me make my point. It's a civil penalty. And when people cross this border, it's not them crossing the border illegally and they automatically get locked up and get sent out. The only people that actually like push for that are the people that are the most hateful because it's not even in the fucking Constitution.
But didn't you just say, aren't they supposed to go to the where are they supposed to go? So they're supposed to
Who?
come in the country
Who?
and go to the embassy, right? You don't come in the country
They
and then just
come
start
through.
working.
They. So
When
what
you
I
get
said
here, you're
was,
supposed to check in,
what I
basically.
said was, you
You don't
go
go
through
just.
a legal channel. And the thing was, when you go through that legal channel, the problem that conservatives had was like, oh, even when they're going through the legal channels where we're spending all this money because we give them a fucking cell phone so they can track them to make sure that ain't that a good thing? So we can at least track them to know where the fuck they're at,
You think they got all these MS-13s? You think that was just happening in this little month?
bro.
But I got you.
You can't just
I just
openly
got I got you.
label everybody that's coming through this country as MS-13.
I
It
didn't.
don't work like that.
I just said specifically the MS-13s. So how you think they got them all like
That
that?
is what the vetting process is for, brother.
They've been tracking them.
N-
They've been on. You think they've been on them guys' ass?
this is what the vetting process is for, my guy.
I get what you're saying, but
Instead of just saying no, fuck that, we're gonna turn them away because we suspect, based on a fucking tattoo, that they might be MS-13 or they might be part of a El Salvadorian gang, bruh. Do you have any tattoos?
no.
Now, if somebody was to actually just automatically point you in the direction of like, oh shit, yeah, he's got to be one of them gang motherfuckers. He got to be one of them gang members. Wouldn't you feel like that's a little bit fucked up if they just basing it off of the fact that you got a tattoo without doing no due diligence? Yeah,
Yeah.
pull up your phone, bro. Pull up your phone. Pull up your phone.
No. What I'm trying to do is add people to the share, but keep going.
I
I got it.
please add
I got
them.
it.
Please add them and let me actually sit back and just chill for a little bit and let them actually come in because I want them to see this shit.
It's gonna
You
be
mean to
up,
give them a
but
couple minutes or what you want to do?
no. We're gonna still keep talking because they can go back and see it later.
Okay,
You can put it
okay.
up,
So
and
now,
you know what I mean.
okay, so we can go back and forth about this shit all motherfucking day. Do you think that it is due process when you just look at somebody who has a couple of tattoos and say that they're automatically not supposed to be here? Doesn't that go against everything that the fucking Constitution actually says?
I wouldn't agree with that.
You wouldn't agree with what?
I mean, I don't agree with that.
Okay, so
You just gotta.
you're on my side on
I'm.
them,
Come
right?
on, bro.
Are you
Brother,
willing to
bro.
call them out though? Are you willing to call them out when they do that? That's the question.
When he's
That's the
done it,
question.
if
You can
he's
agree
done
with
it,
me all motherfucking day. That shit don't mean
I
nothing.
haven't seen him do that. I haven't seen the
That's
documentation of him
literally
doing
that's
that.
literally what we've been. And so I don't know
The only people
what
I
rock
seen
I
him,
don't know what rock you've been living under, but
only
this
people
shit
I
been
seen is the
all
people
over
who he
the
put in
fucking
prison.
news, dog.
No,
Every
he's been.
single motherfucking media outlet that you can think of. It's been on Fox, it's been on MSNBC, it's been on CNN, it's been on you name it, CNBC. It's been on spread across the board. This guy who is married to an American woman who has a kid, and you even brought this shit up yourself. So for you to sit there and say that you don't fucking know about this shit is just
No, I
disingenuous.
seen him, but guess what? I know what he's a
Okay,
part
so
of.
you
I know
do
what
know
he's a
about
part
this.
of, though. I know what he's a
So
part
you
of.
do know about this. So you a
He's
bold-faced
a
fucking lie.
he's a part of MS-13.
How do you know that? What information do you have that shows that?
With information, oh, we just invited Andre. What's up, Andre?
Hey, how you doing?
All right,
What's going on, brother?
You the Trump supporter, huh?
yeah, I'm the
Me?
Trump supporter.
Oh yeah. No, not me.
Keep going. I'll let you come in a second.
No,
But
no, no, no,
listen,
no, 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 no.
no,
We'll
we're
say
finishing
Andre
though.
is here.
We're finishing.
This
We're
my fault.
finishing though.
But I'm no, 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 no.
Huh?
Let's not get too
Yeah,
distracted.
he's in there. I'm
Let's
watching
My
actually
bad.
figure out.
on the
Let's
live
get to the
feed.
bottom of it, right?
Okay.
Huh?
You
Say
just
again?
said you just basically agree with me, right?
I agree with you on that.
So why
But
the
that
fuck
don't
do
mean
you,
we're in
so
agreement.
why do you not call anybody out on this bullshit when they basically make it seem like it's okay? Because you know
Well,
me and you could be next.
because no, we cannot be next. We're not
Why
going
can't we?
there.
Why can't we?
I, because I'm an American. Where's he gonna
That's
send me
exactly what
to?
the fuck they said.
They're not American. They're
That's
illegal.
who ain't? Who ain't? Tell me
The
who ain't.
people who he's sending out is not
70% of the people have no motherfucking criminal convictions whatsoever, and he's still
but they're
sending them
not
over there.
American. I'm American. That's the difference.
Dog, you're
Understand the two.
bro.
You just said so. Which one is gonna be?
You sound, bro.
They're gonna
You
be-
sound like a fucking Uncle Tom right now, bro.
Bro,
You sound
do
like
you know
an
what
Uncle Tom
American
right
is?
now.
You know
I'm
what
American. I'm
Okay.
American. You think they give a fuck about you?
That's why they can't send me anywhere. Where am I gonna go? Where they're gonna send me?
We're literally talking about people who are legal, who have legal status in America right now.
Where'd they come from? Somewhere else, so they can be sent back to where they're coming from. That's my
Dude,
point.
okay, so okay. See,
somewhere.
this is how I know that you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Because do you know anything about him trying to get rid of birthright citizenship?
Yeah. That means
Do you agree with that?
I can understand it.
The fact
I
that
can-
you have to even think about it is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, I understand it. Why would you let
A birthright because you was born.
have
How?
kids here,
Hold
and
up.
them kids are illegal because
God.
you stuck
Oh
them
my
in here.
God. Oh
So
my
if
God.
1,000 people sneaks in here.
Oh
and have
my
1,000
God.
Kids, they
Do you
get
know?
those
Okay,
1,000
now I have
kids
to ask
fucking-
you. Now I have to ask you. Do you know what birthright citizenship is?
Yes, it's when you're born
What
in
is
the United
birthright
States.
citizenship?
When you're born in the United States, you're a citizen.
Were you born here?
Yes.
Do they have the right to tell you that you have to go?
I was born here.
Do
My
they
people-
have the right to
my
tell you
people
that
is
you
not
have to
illegal.
go?
No,
Question:
my people's not illegal. So you're on.
Who's not
arguing-
illegal?
My people's
sorry?
not illegal. My mom and dad are from the United States.
What does that have to do with you being born here? They're
So
not
that
basing it
means
off of. They're
I
not
was
basing it
born
off of
here.
that. They're not basing it off of that.
If you're born in the United States, that's what he's talking about. So what is happening is.
So when he's going after
Let me
birthright,
finish. Let me finish.
you're not because you're not making no sense. Do you know what birthright citizenship? You're telling
Well,
me.
explain it.
that you
Explain
know
it
what
then.
is.
So since I don't
You're
know,
telling me
explain
that you know what? Okay, I will explain it to you
Explain it.
gladly.
Explain it.
A birthright citizenship is literally when it doesn't matter where the fuck your parents were born. If you were born here on American soil, you are an American. Period.
That's what I
That
just
means-
said.
Yeah. Okay, then. So why the fuck are you okay with them saying that they're willing to take birthright citizenship away?
Because look what's happening. That's why
What?
they're coming. That's why they're coming here.
So, in
Coming
other
here
words,
having-
you're saying that we're going
don't
to
let
go
me
against
finish,
what the
brother.
Constitution. No, because what you're doing is what you're saying is, oh, we're going to make an exception because I don't care what the Constitution says. Because that's literally in the fucking Constitution.
Hey, bro, things got to change. If it's becoming a problem, it's becoming a
Okay,
problem.
see, this is now we're making headway. Now we're making headway. So this is why I say you are a fucking Uncle Tom. Because you're willing to bend over backwards for motherfuckers that don't give a fuck about you, that never gave a fuck about you. This country wasn't even built on the fact that they wanted you to have rights. But you're gonna say, oh well shit, if they want to bend and break the rules and shit, what can I say? Do you see how fucking dumb you look and how dumb you sound when you say that? Now I'll let you go, bro. You can say whatever the fuck you want, but you've already proven to everybody that's watching right now, you're a fucking sellout.
Okay.
You don't give a fuck about the Constitution at all whatsoever.
And neither do you really, right?
I
Neither
do,
you
I
really.
do. But go
Come on,
ahead,
man,
go ahead. You got it.
So yeah, so
You got
now
it.
I'll let you speak, right? So here, neither do you really, right?
I'm
Nobody
listening.
really cares about the Constitution, but now all of a sudden we want to be politicians and we want to act like we care about the Constitution, right? You so care about the Constitution. Do you know how many other stuff before black people that comes before this stuff, right? You guys are only hating this dude because you stood on some bullshit in the first place because we supposed to be doing all this shit to black people. And so since you got on that tip, you got to still double down on it. This ain't really even black people's business. To be honest, this ain't our business. He ain't sending no black people nowhere.
This ain't our business.
No, it's not really because he's supposed to be racist, right?
So
Hold on, let me
this
finish.
so whatever's going
you're
on.
calling me an Uncle Tom. The only way I could be Uncle Tom if I'm not defending black people. These are Southern Americans.
No, I'm calling you Uncle Tom because you literally have no fucking backbone.
The only reason you can call a nigga Uncle
Because
Tom
you have no
is
fucking
black
backbone.
business. That's what you say, bro. I thought
Has
we
nothing to do with
we
any.
wasn't gonna do that when we were in the what's the name?
Yes, but
So,
see
no,
that's
see,
the
don't
thing
go
is
against the word when we was
I'm not going to go. I'm not
But
I'm
you
not
are.
going against my word. I'm not
Calling
going
me
against
Uncle
my word.
Tom, I thought we wasn't gonna
Calling you an Uncle Tom is not an ad hominem. Calling you
Oh,
an Uncle
okay.
Tom is not an ad hominem.
All right, I didn't know
An ad
that.
hominem
But
attack is literally trying to go against your specific personality, what you actually say. Uncle Toms are everywhere.
it's because of what I said. That's why you calling me Uncle Tom. But whatever, bro. We're not gonna go there. But my point is, you can't be an Uncle Tom if it's not black people related. How do you sound? I'm Uncle Tom. We talking about Mexicans, huh? Uncle
Because
Thomas, maybe. How
I
does
already
Uncle
told you why. If
Tom?
you need me to explain it
But
again, I
but
can.
but but you
I already
can
told you why.
explain
We can
something to me.
explain
It
it.
has nothing to do with black people, right? That has nothing to do with me. So I can't be an
And
Uncle
Uncle
Tom
Tom, do
about it.
you think Uncle Tom is actually like just seclude is actually just particularly for black people? Do you think that
Uncle
there's no way
Tom,
of you being an Uncle Tom if you're not black?
Uncle Tom is about black business, and you're doing something to black people, and you're telling on black people. That's it. Uncle Tom has
Bro.
nothing to do with the white folks' business. Uncle Tom has
And
nothing to
Uncle
do with
Tom is
replacement.
somebody who just goes with they go
Do you know
with the
the
grain.
and to be honest, Uncle Tom is not even a bad thing. You want to know the
Uncle
real
Tom is
definition of
somebody
Uncle Tom?
who just goes with the grain.
Do you
They
know the
have no
real
opinion
definition?
of their own. They're just willing to
Do you
just
know
throw
the
shit
real
out there.
definition of Uncle Tom? You don't even know the real definition, bro.
You know what? I'll
You don't
give you
even know the
that.
real
I've never looked
So,
up the actual definition of an Uncle Tom. You're an
Uncle,
Uncle Ruckus. You're an Uncle
Uncle,
Ruckus.
no, come on, bro.
You're an Uncle
Once,
Ruckus.
once again, once
I'm
again.
no, that was just me. That was just me just talking
No,
shit.
no,
But that
no.
was just
I'm
me
not
talking
even. No, no, that's cool. Once
shit.
again, though, you would have to be. It would have to be on some black
No, but on some real
business.
shit though, I just don't understand how you can sit there and say that it's okay for what's going on right now and not say nothing when we literally see the fucking country like falling by the like at the seams.
You guys keep saying it's falling, but you guys keep. See, look. Here's the thing. What you guys do.
It
You
definitely
guys
was.
interject. Hold
Hey,
on. Let me
hey,
finish.
go
Why
ahead,
can't I
go ahead.
finish it? When you talk, bro, you see me. I do like this. I be quiet. Right. So why can't we? Why can't? Why is there all this interjection on what Trump's gonna do? It's ambiguous. You don't say
You're right. Go
specifically
ahead.
what he does. It's nothing specific. It's just a lot of stuff you guys say. Like he's
But
tearing
the
up the
thing is,
country.
but when I
How is he
asked
tearing up
you,
the
but when I
country?
asked you what is actually what policy did you like, you didn't give me no
You
answer.
didn't let me finish.
Then go ahead. What policy of Donald Trump's do you actually agree with that you like?
Okay. I like that he shut down. First of all, I like the borders crap, right? I like the bringing back the jobs to America, outsourcing stuff
That's
because it's
not a
good. It's
policy, bro. You're talking about a slogan. I
okay.
said a
Okay.
policy.
I don't know no policies. Leaders like you do. None of
That
us
it,
politicians
and
know
once
no
again, that's the
policies.
fucking problem. Don't nobody know no
So tell me a
goddamn
policy.
policy
Tell me a policy
about who? About who?
about Trump. What you don't like or do like?
He doesn't
That's why I
come
just
with
said that.
policy. That's his problem. He doesn't have policies. He has a constant. How long has it been that he's been talking about he has something that's going to replace Obamacare? What was that? Do you remember him actually saying what that policy was? Ever? Ever?
That's
Exactly. Exactly.
no. It's not exactly.
Exactly. He doesn't have
You don't.
one.
You just said here's my point. You just said I don't know no policies. You don't know no goddamn policies neither. So what are we talking about here?
Actually, I do.
So don't argue
Actually,
with
I
me.
do.
Okay, well
Actually,
say
I
the
do.
policy then. I want to hear
Actually, I
policies.
do. The,
You
the
brought up
Chips and
policy.
Science Act. Hold up. We can go down the fucking list, bro. The Chips and Science Act that Biden put in place. Do you know anything about that?
Dude, Biden was horrible, but go on. Biden needs all his policies
Why is
dismantled.
it
But
that
go
when I
ahead.
name a policy, why is it like I can name
I
a
don't know no
policy
policies. So what you got to
that
do is tell me the
it's vibes.
policies.
It's just vibes, right? It's just
So
vibes.
so
He just
so what you
feels
got to do? I
Trump
just
just
told you.
feels like he's the better candidate.
I just told you I don't know no policy. So what you got to do when you
Exactly.
bring
And
up
so why did you
a
vote for him then?
policy?
So
When you
why did
bring
you?
up,
So what? So I guess my question would be minus the
I
actual
don't think you
policy.
be listening, bro. Because I
Minus the
told you
policy.
only
What
one
did you
person
vote
I
for him
voted
for?
for. I've only told you. See, that's what I'm. Now you're
The
proving that you
border.
don't be listening.
The border.
I told you I didn't vote for Trump. I told you I only voted for one person in my life. I told you
Okay,
when we done
so
other
let me
things.
be more
Now you're
specific.
turning.
Who would you prefer over the two candidates that were running?
That's not my business. You didn't pick the better candidates. That's you guys' fault. You
Bro,
lost.
no, that's literally why we having a whole
No,
goddamn conversation.
no, I know, but you lost.
So who did you prefer?
I don't care. I prefer Trump
Then why are we having this conversation if you don't
because
care?
because you wanted to. You came on and said you
Because you
wanted to
said some dumb
debate.
shit, and I called you out for saying some dumb shit.
So we're here. You said you wanted to
This has
debate.
okay. So
So
you
you're
don't have a
here. Now we're
preference. It
debating.
can go either way.
No,
Are you telling me
I
that you
wanted
don't
Trump.
care? You don't care if it would have been Kamala that would have been president?
She's not president, bro.
Do you care? Does it
No,
matter
I
to you?
don't. No, you want to
So
know?
you can go.
No,
So you're wishy washy. You can go either way.
no.
Okay.
Trump
Okay. Well, let
won.
me. Okay. Well, let me just let me
Trump
instead of
won.
doing that, because I see what you're trying to do. I see what you're trying to do there. I see what you're
No,
trying to do. You're
you're
trying to
trying to change
separate yourself.
everything.
You're trying to separate yourself and saying
Right,
that I don't necessarily uh, vibe with everything that Trump is
I
doing,
said they're
but
gonna do the
also
same
I
thing
didn't
they did
vibe
to
with
Hillary.
what Kamala was
You're
saying at
supposed
the
to
same
be on
time.
policies, bro.
Y'all just
Go
like
So
for the
exactly,
policies.
that's what I'm
There you
asking.
go.
That's my question. That's my question. Do you think that tax cuts for the rich again is better than a $25,000 or $50,000 loan for small businesses, or for people who want to actually develop and own home ownership? Which one is better to you? Policy. We're talking about policy.
Okay.
I'm naming
Okay.
policies.
What policy specifically? See, there you
I
go.
just said it.
It's what is it specifically? What's
I
the name of it?
just said it, bro. I just
No, you
said
just
it.
said something ambiguously. You
Trump
said tax cuts to the
Trump's
rich.
policy of taxing, of giving tax cuts to the rich again.
That
That's a
has a name.
policy compared
That's
to.
not. See, there's no
Wait.
name. There's
Is
no
that not a
name of
policy?
Trump giving policies to the rich.
Yeah,
That
I
is an
used to
actual
No
go to
name,
policy.
bro.
Oklahoma all the time.
That's a policy.
There's no
I think
name.
that was Charles
I'm telling you, what's the
Cousin,
name of this policy?
but
See
he
what I'm
be
saying? You
looking
guys
like
just be
It's the.
saying stuff.
It
I'm
doesn't have a
asking
fucking
for the
name. It's
and
literally
name.
just a
then he
tax
have
cut.
out there
He
for
hasn't.
him
First of all,
too.
the reason why there's no name for it
So then there's
is
no
And
because
so they got
policy.
the horse. We
the.
quick
You
on.
don't know no policy. See how you sound? You sound
But do you?
stupid.
But hold up. But do you? Hold up.
Hell
But wait.
You said name a policy,
yeah.
and your
Wait.
policy is
He
tax
ran
cuts to the
on this.
rich.
Are you
He
going to sit here and
definitely.
tell me? You going to sit here and tell me that he's not going to do that after you had all them billionaires sitting behind him
Bro,
in
what
his
policy? Stick
inauguration?
to the policy. We can talk about that later.
I'm
But I
sticking
want
to
you
the
to.
policy. I'm
So the
sticking to the
policy is
policy.
called tax cuts for the rich.
It's
So that's the
that's
I
what
have
it
policy
is.
it's
to.
called.
He has,
I,
bro.
I,
He
I,
So
has.
that's the
I do
policy it's called. You see
apologize
what I'm
on
saying,
my
Jesus
bro?
part.
Christ. Do
That's
you
all
not
you
realize
guys are
that he
saying.
does? He hasn't
No.
made the actual
That's the
policy
I
yet.
put
policy.
them
You're
all
not
in
getting
the
out of here.
same
So stick to the
category.
policy. Now
Do
I'm gonna
you
start
know?
controlling
White
this
women
thing
on the
real quick.
West Coast
What
was
policy?
Do you know?
way
Do you?
better
Okay. So do
You
than
you
got
the
to
know
say
that
the
he has?
Midwest,
policy
East
specifically.
The
Coast,
reason why he
and
hasn't
the
named
South.
it, I'm trying to tell you. The reason
Okay.
why he hasn't named the policy is because he hasn't put the policy into play yet. But he already said that
Oh,
that's
so you're projecting then? See,
he
this is
already
a
said that
bunch of
that's what he's going to
projection,
do.
but he hasn't
Hold
done
up,
it yet.
hold up. See, this is where
So that's
don't
just
try to
like this
play
is like
fucking word
so
games with me,
now you're
bro.
projecting.
Don't try to
Now
play
you're
word games
projecting.
with me.
Now you're
Don't try to
projecting how
play
you want to
word
do
games
something
with
to
me.
black
Hold
people.
up, no.
Go ahead. Go
Because he
ahead.
literally said the same thing when it came to Project 2025. There wasn't no
Oh.
policy. There wasn't nothing that he said that he was actually going to do. But what happened? Did he do it? He still did it, right?
So
He still
Project
did it.
25 is in effect. There's a
How is it
Project
not?
25 right now.
How is it not? How is it not?
You tell me how then.
Everything that was in Project 25,
Which was
2025,
what?
as far as
Which
getting
was what? Be specifics.
I'm giving you specifics. Everything that he said that was in Project 2025. He said that he was going to cut taxes for the rich. He said that he was going to make sure that everybody that he was going to eliminate the whole birthright process and all that. That's all in Project 2025.
So
He said
that's
that
it.
he can you let me finish? I named one thing. Can you at least name one thing?
I'll name a
Can you at
lot
least
with you.
name one?
Yeah.
I've named one, and I can continue to go on. But you ain't even named one. I gave you the opportunity to actually name one fucking policy that you actually agree with.
Crystal
You couldn't even
says
name that.
thoughts on deportation of people
That's not a
without
policy.
due process. Is that a slippery
Not a
slope?
policy. It's not a
Hey,
policy.
why don't you come on and ask that question? And my brother Andre,
Who?
your background is too loud. That's why I've been muting you. So if you can have the people in the back or clear up your background, you could be on. But I don't like to hear all that stuff in the back. But keep going, Kezz. Not you, Kezz. This dude down there. He got a lot of stuff going on, so that's why he's muted.
He's muted.
Yeah, but when I unmute him, I hear the stuff. So if he want to get in on the conversation, he has to.
Okay,
clean
no,
up
that's
his
fine.
background.
That's fine. No.
But
That's
let's
cool.
go back
That's
to
cool.
Project 25
Yeah.
and the policy. There's a
Yeah.
bunch of them.
And so, okay. And see, Hmm.
See, let me say something for a minute because you said something without interrupting for a little bit. It's
Go
called
ahead.
fear. It's called fear mongering, projecting, right? And I'll
So
get
who's
back to
fear
black
mongering?
people. People, like for example, for black people, Trump's gonna do something to us. He's gonna send us away. It's all this if stuff. Project 25. It's if,
Except
right?
for the fact that it actually did happen,
So what? He's been being racist to black people. How? What specifically he's
bro.
done to black people?
Bro, why is it
Specifically.
that you're
Well,
nitpicking
I'm asking
everything
it.
that I
No, I'm
said? I didn't
asking a
say nothing
question. You
about
just
him being racist. Specific. I said what I gave you the examples already, specifically towards black people, but that's not even what I'm talking about. I said Project 2025 is playing out the exact same way that he said he didn't have nothing to do with. We're seeing that play out right now.
so you
Do you
say
disagree with that?
you haven't articulated that. You just said a couple things. Raise the taxes on rich, right? You said
No, no,
something
no,
else,
no, no, no.
but but
Why
there's
are
like a
you,
list
bro?
of
You, bro, please put down that beer because you're not listening to what I'm saying. You're
I
not
said
listening to
three
what I'm saying.
things. You said three things, bro. You should be still talking about Project 25. It's a bunch of stuff. You shouldn't have even been
Mm-hmm.
over. You can't. You don't even
Mm-hmm.
know. It's all propaganda in your head. It's all narrative. You don't even know what Project 2025 is.
So tariffs is all just propaganda.
Who?
And the fact that it hurts the average American, that's all propaganda.
How do you know it hurts the average American?
Because it's literally built into the fucking tax in itself.
What's built into
Do
the
you
tax in
do you know
itself?
what a tariff is?
Do
Do
I
you know
know what
what
a
a tariff
tariff is?
is?
Come on, bro. Yeah, I know what a tariff is. Who
What is
don't?
a tariff?
Tariff is the tax they send you on. They charge you to bring something in. You got to pay a tariff.
It's a tax on what? Imports, right?
Yeah,
So
and then
who
on
pays for
exports
that?
too.
So who pays for that?
The consumer.
So is that a tax or is it not a tax? You just answered the
So
question yourself.
what's your point compared to what does this have to do with Project 25? See how you keep switching? See how you keep
Oh
going?
my God.
We was first of all
First
we
of
was
all,
talking
I
about
only brought up
policies.
Project
No,
2025
no,
for a
no, no.
specific
Before that,
reason. The thing
before
that we
that we
were
was talking
talking
about
about initially
policy.
was tariffs. I'm talking about the
No, we're talking
policies.
about policies, and then you switched
Exactly.
without
Yes.
constraining that. You jumped to 2025. Now you're on tariffs without
And
giving me an explanation of three.
we're talking
You're
about his
supposed to be
policies, right?
debating. When I ask you specifically about your debate, you have nothing. You
Is
called me. You the one
is
that
are the
you
are the
came on my
tariffs? Hold
Facebook.
up, bro. Yes,
You came on my
because I know you full
Facebook
of
and said
shit. Because
you
I know
came
you're
on
full
my
of shit.
Facebook and said all this. Well,
So
you're
so
yeah,
my
you're the one
question
that's full of
is
shit right now because you can't answer nothing. Policies. Let's go back to policies. Then we'll
okay,
get to Project 2012.
okay.
Then we'll get to tariffs. What policies
What
specifically?
pol
And the
what
policy is not
I
called
literally
taxing
hold
the
up,
rich people.
bro,
That is
bro,
not a policy.
bro.
That is an
You're
act
not
to be
listening.
done.
You're not listening. You're not listening.
Okay, bro.
You're not listening. I literally said he don't have policies. I've been saying that the whole time. How you gonna
Trump
tell
don't
me to
have no
name
policy,
something
but
that I
he's the
disagree
president
with
of the
when
United
he don't
States.
have
President of the
policies?
United States don't have no policies. Okay, I got you.
I've
President
asked
of the
you
United States.
what policy you agree with. You can't name one. Exactly.
But
Why?
you
Because he
do
don't
though.
fucking have them.
But you do because you're arguing policies. I
No,
said
no, no,
that.
no, no, no,
You won't
no.
say.
Listen, I am not
I
a.
say you're
I'm.
projecting.
I never said I disagree with his policies. I said I disagree with his tactics. I said I disagree with his executive orders. I said nothing about policies. Please listen and catch up. Please listen and catch up.
You know this is recorded. We're gonna go see this
Yes,
again, right?
yes, yes. So
Right.
the
You do
policies
know
that
that, right?
the policies that we're referring to, if I said policies, I was actually talking about his executive orders. Because what policies has he actually put out there? None. And I've
Okay.
been
What?
said,
All right. What executive orders? Because everything you say, I'm gonna call you on it. And I'm gonna make you explain it. Because you turned into a politician. I told you, I'm no politician. You're the Mr. Political Science person. You should know when you say something, you're supposed to back it up. You should know that. Quit just screaming out like mostly everybody do. It's easy to say, "Oh, Trump's a racist. He hates black people." Then when I ask, "Well, what has he done to black people?"
and then I
Mostly
give you
nothing.
5 examples and you
Well, you
dismiss all of
haven't
them.
given me nothing.
I
You
literally
you
did,
call me
bro.
an
From the
Uncle Tom.
70s. From the 70s. All the way back into the 70s, I gave you. And
Okay.
you agreed with me at that time. Just
Okay.
like you said, this is
Now,
recording. This
now
is
I'm gonna come with my
recording.
receipts. Now, my bad, baby. Now I'm gonna come with
You
my
literally
receipts.
said you literally agree with me when I told you these policies that were these
I'm
different
gonna,
things that he did back in the past. But once again, off that, because
I'm
you've
gonna come.
already
I'm gonna come in with my receipts right here. Now
okay.
watch this.
Okay.
Now
Well, we're
watch
not doing
this.
receipts right now in the middle of this
No,
conversation.
no, 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 no,
We're
no.
you
What
no
can't
you
we?
asked me. God damn. You
Why
asked
can't we?
me.
Why can't I show you something? I want you
Go
to
ahead.
listen real quick.
Show me something. Show me something.
I want you to listen to this, my man right here. I want you to listen to this real quick, and it's only about a minute, real quick, real
How
about
you
this
feel
racist
about the
stuff.
people that feel like Trump is
That's Joe
racist?
Brown.
Yeah, let's see. I can remember one time I went on to a conference in New York. I was a state judge. It's been 30 some years ago.
This is crazy.
And some
That would
people
be
I
the
knew were there
'70s.
and they said, hey, let's go check out some of the clubs. I said,
This would
okay.
be the
I hadn't been
'70s you're
to a New
talking
York
about.
club,
Come on, man. You
and
Judge Joe
damn.
Brown.
So we go. So
That
there's
is
this tall white guy coming in, and all the brothers hanging around with him. But he doesn't have bodyguard. He just walks in on his own, and he sits down and, he's glad handing and in the animated conversation with everybody. So who the hell is that? Oh, he's a billionaire we got around here. Dude's name is Trump. Trump Towers. Oh yeah, that's the dude that owns it. Oh, he hanging with the homeboys. So he's dated black women before, like the woman he always showed up with on the red carpet thing. She was one fine model right before his current wife. Uh, I had, now I wasn't present, but I had three.
I'm gonna stop. There's more, but I'll stop there and let you just to give you a little bit of what you know. That's my receipts of him hanging with black people. You went all the way back to the '70s. He just said as he walked in the club with black people. Now I can continue to play what he's gonna say. He's gonna tell you about the loans that he gave black people. Then he's gonna talk to you about Jesse
okay.
Jackson, the
Well, they
presidency he gave
okay.
black people.
Okay. You
So
can you can you can play whatever you want to, bro. Play whatever you want.
no. I'm done. I'm done showing you. But my point is, I just have to show you. I just have to show you that to where, because I'm gonna build it on. Like I said, I'm building it on something. Remember, you called me an Uncle Tom when this is our first time even talking about black people. You called me an Uncle Tom about Mexicans, right?
Nope.
Illegals. It doesn't make me an Uncle Tom, bro. That's not black people
Well,
business.
I called you an Uncle Tom, not specifically about Mexican. I called you an Uncle Tom because you literally are siding with the motherfucker that don't give a fuck about you and literally wants to see you out this motherfucker.
See. That's what I mean. You're just stating stuff. He literally doesn't give a fuck about me. Maybe he doesn't. But what does that have to do with anything? You think Biden gave a fuck about you?
I'm not a Biden
So
supporter,
so
so that shit don't mean nothing.
but you wanted her to win. You wanted Kamala to win. You just was pining for her. So
No,
like
I
I
said she
told
would have.
you,
No. What I
you
said was
said
she
she
would
would
have
have
been
been
a
a
better
better president.
candidate.
Okay,
I
she would
never
have been a
said
better
nothing
candidate.
about. No, I never
And,
said nothing about
and,
voting
and
for
what
it.
did I say?
So
You
please, so
should
please
have
take,
picked the
so
better
please take
candidate.
into account the
So
words that I'm saying and the words that
the
I'm using
fact of the
because I'm
matter
using
is
them
this.
very carefully, very
Fact of the
carefully.
matter is
And the
this.
thing is, I
Trump
don't want you
won.
to feel any certain type of way because you are a
Oh
black
no,
man just like I am.
bro.
I'm just
This
trying
is
to
on.
bring you to the other side,
Hey,
brother.
this
I'm
is
just trying to
on.
bring you to the other side,
This
man.
is on. This is on TV, bro. Everybody's gonna see. I feel good.
I
I
hope
feel
and
great.
I hope they do. I hope they
I
do.
feel great. Yeah, I
I
feel
hope they
great.
do.
I represented myself well on the Trump side. You the one who's all over the place. You the one that called me
Am
an
I all
Uncle
over the
Tom
place?
over a Mexican.
Am I all
You
over
the
the
one that
place?
you said, and I'm gonna go back. You said that crossing the border, you're supposed to go to the embassy, right? But then you get mad at him for sending people back who come into the and they don't go to no embassies. They get caught and then they got to go back, right? But you
I
said
okay.
coming in, what do you have to
So
do? What do you have to do? You said you got to come in, you got to go to an embassy when you cross the
yes,
border, right? So the people that he sent back, did they go to the embassy or did they go try to sign up for welfare or something first?
bro. Do you
Huh?
not
Answer the
know?
question.
Do you
Did they
hold
go
on?
seek
Because
assistance or did they go to the embassy
the
first?
reason why I'm saying this is because you clearly don't know how that shit works. You don't just go sign up at the embassy and then go right back to where the fuck you came from.
You
That's
go
not how
seek
it works.
asylum. You go seek asylum,
Yes,
right?
seeking asylum, meaning that you're
That's a building. But
meaning
you're
what?
supposed to go to that building before you go to the Washington State DHHS.
Okay, I'm gonna
Okay,
give you that. I'll give you that. I'll give
right.
you that. Even if that
So
is
those
the
people
case,
who don't do
what
that,
does
that's
that
what he
have to do
sent you
with
in.
that? Means you being turned back and you have to go back. You got to
So when
go
you
just sit
don't
back
do
at the.
so when you don't do it right, you get turned back, and those are the people he's turning back. He hasn't. So I don't know
Yes,
this per se, but I
yes.
guarantee you he hasn't sent one person back who went to the embassy. who went to seek asylum.
You literally just
Get it
said
the
that you're
right
going
way.
based off of feelings. You don't know any facts.
I
So how
said
the
I
fuck
just
are
said
you
I
going?
don't know.
So
I just said I
you
don't
don't. So
know.
how the fuck are you going to say
I said
some shit like that?
I said I'm
So
pretty
how are
sure
you?
though.
So how? So
I'm
exactly,
pretty
exactly. You
sure.
don't know. You admitted
I'm
that
pretty
you don't
sure
know.
though. And I said
You
I'm pretty
don't
sure.
know.
I
You
follow my
admitted
words
that
up.
you admitted that you don't know.
Right. Hey Andre, you want to say something, bro? You want to get in here? Cause you just been sitting back not saying nothing. You can say something.
I don't know if you can mute him or not, but
Cause he want to come on here and talk about the Trump. See, that's what I mean. Oh, you guys got hate for Trump, but that's all it is hate.
it's not about
It's
hate
like,
for Trump,
hold
bro.
on,
It's hate.
let me
It.
say this.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Let me
Go ahead. Go
explain
ahead.
this.
Go ahead.
It's some hissy fit shit. You're mad he won the election. When, like I said before, all the Democrats had to do was pick a better candidate. Then
Dog.
maybe we would have been mad. Maybe
Dog.
the people who love Trump, we would have been
Dog.
mad. We were
You
mad
live
4
in
years ago.
Washington State, just like I live in Washington State. We ain't
And I
hurting for
know what a
money.
real and I know what a real
We
racist
ain't hurting for money over here, player. You
So
know
let's talk
that.
about that for a sec. Let me say this for a second. Try not to interrupt this. You know, you from Washington State. You know what a fucking real racist is, bro. A racist wouldn't give you no freaking money. He won't. He won't. He's not gonna uh, get Kodak Black out of jail, Little Wayne out of jail. He's not gonna fund. He's not gonna
Hold
fund
up.
Jesse
Mute this.
Jackson.
Hold up. Mute this. Hold up. So I can hear you.
See what I mean? I mute him. But see, that's what I'm
It's
saying.
all good. It's all good.
Yeah, but my point is, a real racist. Now, you want me to talk about some of these racists here in Washington?
Of course they
Do we
out there.
do we have? No, I'm talking about real racists, bro. See, that's what I'm saying.
Ravensdale.
Let's not act like we don't know what a
I
real
will literally
racist
name a
is.
city.
They don't
Ravensdale.
hang. They
Racist
don't
as fuck.
hang with black people. They will not pardon a black person. They're not pardoning Little Wayne. They're not pardoning Kodak Black. They're not pardoning the lady who I forgot her name. All this they're not doing. They're not in the picture with Shabba Ranks. They're not going to a club in New York like
What
James
is your
Brown just
point,
told you.
dog?
My point is, I know what a real racist is. He's not racist. So you came here to debate. This is what I'm debating. He's not racist.
What is your reasoning for saying that he's not racist? Let me just ask you
Oh my
that.
gosh, I just explained it to you. You was from
Okay.
Washington. Relevant,
Okay.
bro.
That's okay.
You know what a
You right.
real racist
You did
is.
try to throw out there about why he's
You
not
know what a
racist
real
because he
racist
walked
is.
into a club one time and there was
Okay,
black people in there
I just gave you
and he
10
just sat
things.
down and was just like, "Yeah, I'm
He had
here."
a he had a
Okay.
black girl. He
Okay.
had a black girlfriend. He had a black girlfriend. He
So
has
having
black
a black
friends.
girlfriend makes you
Oh
not
yeah.
racist?
Along with, so he just gave, you know what the push building in Chicago is?
The
Funded
what?
that. Push building.
Okay, so I
No,
can give
no,
you
no. So
pushback.
I'm not done.
I don't know what that is. You're right. I don't know what that
Yes,
is.
it's a
A
building in
push
the Black
building?
building on the south side of Chicago on
A
MLK.
push building?
A building. And let me finish. I'm not done. Right.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
He funded Jesse Jackson's campaign. Right. He
Bro,
okay.
anybody who knows anything about Trump is he donated to both sides his whole fucking life.
Okay. I'm not done. He
That's not a
pardoned
flex. That's not a
pardoned
flex.
Kodak Black.
That's not a flex.
He pardoned Kodak Black. He pardoned Little Wayne.
Okay.
These are just things that
Okay.
racist people wouldn't do, bro.
He also pardoned a bunch of January 6ers. Then
Of
what?
course he would do that. Of course
How
he's
many?
gonna do
Okay,
that.
so how many of January 6ers did he pardon compared to who he pardoned when it comes to black people? How many
Man,
of which did he pardon?
I don't know, bro. See,
Exactly.
I can say I don't know what I don't know. But
Exactly. Once
how
again,
many of them
your
how many of
argument
them
falls
January
flat every
how many of them
fucking way.
January 6ers
Every
was
single
just
way.
regular
Your
people?
argument falls flat, bro.
Hold on. How many of them
Go ahead.
January 6 people was people that even didn't enter the building who was just there that got arrested?
He literally just pardoned somebody who actually assaulted a
No,
police
I see.
officer.
I asked you a question and see how
Hold
many
on. No, hold on. No,
minutes
no,
left.
you didn't. No, you didn't.
I just
What
said
did you
how
ask
many
me?
people did he pardon who just was there at the steps, who didn't go in and participate, but they were there and still got arrested? How many of them was there?
I don't know.
There was a bunch. Those are the
I don't
majority
know.
people. See, there was a few bad apples in the group, and I'm not condoning
Do
any
you
of that
know?
shit.
Hold on, you're gonna ask me. Hold on.
So look,
You're gonna hold on.
let me
Wait.
finish. Can I finish?
I see
Can I
what you
finish?
just did there. I
Can I
see what you
finish?
just did there. You asked me a question that you don't even know the fucking answer to.
Can I
How many
finish though?
people? How many
Can I
people?
finish? I'll
No, no,
explain.
no, no, no. You're
I don't
going to
know.
finish.
But
You're
let me.
going to
You won't let me
exactly,
finish. Well, we just talked
exactly.
about that.
Thank
We
you,
just talked about
thank
that.
you. You don't
We just
even
talked
fucking
about
know.
that. We just
You don't
talked
even
about it in the
know.
back.
You
We
don't
just
even
talked about it in the
know.
back. Now you want to overtalk me. That's where we
I'm
got
not.
to.
I'm not. No.
Now
You
that's
got
where
the
we
floor,
got to.
bro.
I sit back and let
You
you
got the
talk,
floor.
but now you want to overtalk me. I asked you a question,
You
and
got the
then when I
floor.
start to talk, now you want to overtalk. That's where we
Yep.
went. Okay, let's talk about it. The January Sixers. How many
Yeah,
people were in the stands who didn't go into the building, who didn't do bad stuff, was out there protesting, right? What you guys are complaining about now about the dude he sent from the Hamas, who was talking about the Hamas on campus, right? The person who he sent back, just like that, right? So how many of those people who was just out there went to went to prison for rioting?
bro.
A bunch.
I could.
And guess what
I
he
could
did?
ask you the
He pardoned
same
all them
thing.
guys
Do you
too.
have a number? Do
I
you
don't. I
know?
said a bunch.
Exactly. So how the fuck you gonna ask me a question that you don't know the answer to? Do you see how dumb that sounds?
My point to it was
Your
right.
point is irrelevant if you can't answer a question that you asked me.
All right,
You asked
it's
me and
irrelevant.
you can't even answer that shit. That what like what are we talking about?
I don't know. Andre, man, you got something to say? Crystal, why don't you come on the live and say? Cause I can't. We can't read all that.
Crystal, please come on the live.
Come on the
Somebody else come on
live.
the live.
Yeah, you can come
And
on
I
the
just want
live.
people that's just like, bro, I want people to see this shit and hear this shit because I am killing your boy over here.
Oh, you think you're killing me? You're not killing me at all, bro. Like I
Why
said,
you
you're
can't
actually
answer a
losing.
simple question that you'd asked me?
I've answered. I've
Why
answered
you can't
every
answer a
question you
question that you
asked.
asked me?
Every question you asked, I've answered.
No, you
Every
didn't.
single one.
No, you didn't.
Go ahead.
No, you didn't.
Which
Because
one was it?
I literally asked the question that you asked me.
Okay. All right. Let me ask you this question specifically: what has Trump did to black people in these 4 months?
I didn't say any Trump did
Uh,
anything specific. I didn't say Trump did anything specifically to black people. I said what he did to the American people.
okay. Okay. What makes him racist?
God damn. Okay. What I gave you this shit. Oh,
No, give it to me again. Then
do I got to
give it
do it
to me
again?
again.
Do I
Give it
have
to
to
me
do it
again.
again? Give it
What
to you
makes him
again.
racist this
Okay.
time, right now? These
Back.
four
Okay.
months.
Okay.
These
Okay.
4 months.
Okay. I'm
What
gonna
has he
give it to
done
you
racist to
again.
black people?
I'm
Let me
going
reframe
to
the
give
question.
it to you again.
Let me reframe the question. In these 4 months that he's been in office, what has
See,
he done
see,
to
see,
black
you
people?
see, now you want to reframe the question
Yeah,
because
I'm
I already
serious.
gave you examples of him being racist. Now you want to try to reframe it and say,
Well, why
oh, these
can't you?
past 4 months.
Well, you can tell me
Oh,
period
see,
anyway. What has he
see,
done?
see,
Okay,
you
well,
trying to be sneaky. You trying
okay,
to
well,
be
what has he done? What has he
sneaky.
done? Forget the 4 months. What has he done? What has he done?
This is crazy. This is crazy. Anybody can literally see that this
What has he
conversation is
done,
not
bro?
going your way, bro. This
What has he
conversation is
done?
not going your way.
Well, answer the question.
Okay, what's your question? Go ahead.
What has he done to black people that's racist?
What has he done to
The
black
black
people?
people that's racist. Now, for example, I give you an example.
So, okay, so you want me to
Biden, let me hold on.
so
I'm gonna give you one example and I'm gonna let you answer. Biden did the crime bill
you
that
literally
that
asked me a
hold on.
question and now you're telling me to wait to
Now you're
answer it.
talking over me. I gave you an example of Biden. Biden did the crime bill that locked niggas up. That was racist. But what has Trump done
I'm
specifically?
not a Biden fan. Once again, like I
That's not
said,
the
I
point.
am
Just
not
answer
a
the
Biden
question.
fan.
That was just an example. I gave you a specific example. I want you
And
to
I
do the
gave
same.
you a specific example of
Which is
how Trump
what?
was racist. Are you not going to take into
Okay,
account
now he was
anything that I
racist?
said?
I thought he is racist. Which one is it?
Wait,
Is he
wait,
racist or
wait,
isn't he
wait, wait,
racist?
wait, wait, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. You got to be
I
better
don't.
than
You
you
got to
got to
bring
be better
somebody
than
else,
that,
Crystal.
dog. You got to be
Crystal, you
better
got to
than
bring
that, bro.
somebody. I thought you
You
was,
got to be better
bro.
than that.
I'm asking you still. You still. You see how you're debating, not answering the question. You would have been
You're
asked.
you're asking me the same question that I've already answered. You're asking how Trump is racist.
Yes, you had never said anything.
I literally told you already. In the 70s, he had already been sued and tried and found guilty of actually discriminating against people of color because they didn't actually work for him and he didn't want them working for him. I literally told you about when he was working in these casinos where he would put people in the back of the building because he wanted to have all the white people out there in order for them to be able to show his white friends, I'm just working with white people. He literally
You told
said
me
that
that. That's the first time you said
Wait,
that.
wait, wait.
That's the
Are you
first
serious?
time you said that. But keep going. I'm listening.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's the first time you said that. When you go back,
Okay,
you never
so when I
said
tell
that.
you when I tell you that he was sued, when I tell you that he was sued and found guilty of not renting to black owners and black renters and whatnot into his own actual building, I I specifically said that. Are
No,
you
you
gonna say that
didn't.
I didn't say that either?
You did not say that. When you watch it
Oh
again,
my god!
I got $100. You didn't say it when you watch it again.
Oh my god,
I got
bro!
$100. You never brought. Maybe you wanted
How
to
the
say it.
fuck am I supposed to have a conversation with you
Maybe you wanted
if
to.
you
It's dude. It's
literally deny
recorded.
reality, dog? You literally deny reality.
Go back to
I
it. Let's stay
said this
on.
shit to you
Let's.
before, and
Okay.
you
Okay.
also,
Okay.
first of all,
Okay.
you
Fine.
agreed with me. You agreed with
I
me.
never agree with that. Because let me
Yes,
explain
you
to you.
did, and you said that
Let
was
me.
wrong.
All right, I'm gonna let me explain to you. I'm gonna let you. I need you
That's
to be quiet for.
crazy.
Let me explain to you the Trump thing.
That's
You think
crazy.
Trump does the day to day operations
Doesn't
at
have
Trump
anything to
Towers?
do with
No,
his
let me explain.
day-to-day operation.
Are you gonna let me explain or not? Are you gonna interrupt me? Are you gonna
Go
talk
ahead.
over me so I
Go
can't
ahead.
get it
Go
out?
ahead. Go ahead.
I let you say because I knew you was
Go
gonna
ahead.
bring up some narrative,
Go
right?
ahead.
So
Go
the
ahead.
day to day Trump operations. You think this billionaire does the day to day operation of reading a fucking application of who can come into his building? You think that's Donald Trump personally? The short answer is no. So yeah, if maybe somebody was doing that, it's not him personally. Do you know if they were fired or not? Do you know if they were reprimanded?
Bro.
No.
No, they weren't fucking
Only
reprimanded because
how
who
do
the
you
fuck did it
know?
come from?
How do you
Who the
know?
fuck did it come from?
They got sued. They somebody felt the way they turned in the thing. But guess who it wasn't filling out the job
Oh
application
my
or looking
god,
over the
bro.
applications that say they could
The
get
hoops
in.
that y'all jumped through in order to
No,
defend
let
this
me finish. See
motherfucker,
what I
bro.
mean? You will not let me finish to explain it. Right when I'm done, right when I'm about to bring it around to you, you
Yeah,
won't let
okay.
me finish.
Okay.
So is he the person that's taking the application, reading the application, looking on it and saying, you can't come into my hotel?
You're asking me a question. Can I answer the
No,
question?
that was rhetorical. The answer is no. That's
No,
the
it's
day to
not.
day stuff.
No, it's not.
He has
It's not
nothing to do with
rhetorical.
that.
Because your answer would be
I guarantee you,
no.
he never looked at
Your
an
answer would
application
be
of anybody.
no. What
All
evidence
right,
that
bro.
do you have that shows that he's not in charge of none of that shit?
Oh, so you saying Donald Trump is the
I'm
biggest
asking you
business
for
he
fucking
is?
evidence, dog. I'm not saying nothing. I'm
Well,
asking you.
where's
I'm
your evidence?
asking you.
I'm being logical. See, I'm understanding how it
No,
works.
you're
I'm
not. No,
understanding
you're
a
not.
big old mogul doesn't look at
I'm
the
literally
applications.
asking you, can you prove? Because he's literally
Why do
been
I need to prove
found
that?
liable in court for this shit. So you're asking me, oh, what proof do you have? The
Him
fucking court,
personally,
bro.
him
The
personally,
court.
or
The
Trump
courts
Towers?
have the proof.
Him
The courts
personally or
have the
Trump
proof.
Towers? Him
The
personally or Trump
courts,
Towers?
bro.
No,
The
answer the
courts.
question. Him personally or Trump Towers?
You got that fan on?
What?
Him personally or Trump Towers?
I don't get what you're asking.
So I'm asking, did his business get sued or did he get sued?
Right, he just done like chief
They
correspondent.
what? Hold up. You're asking me if Trump Towers got sued, or
Which is
if
his
Trump
business, or
or
Trump
him
got sued
or Trump
personally?
himself got sued. That's what you're
Yes.
asking, right?
Yes.
Who the fuck is in charge of Trump Towers? So who the fuck is getting sued? Once again, use
Okay,
your
bro. So
brain,
like I
dog.
said,
Use your
I'm using
brain,
my
bro.
brain. I'm using my
Use
brain.
your brain.
He
You said,
had
well,
nothing to do with
is it Trump Towers that's getting sued? First, you're literally like giving me everything that I want. You're giving me everything that I want.
Yeah, the smoke.
You're admitting that he
The
got sued
smoke.
for it. You're admitting that he
Hey,
got
you
sued
done ran
for it.
on here and
Hold up,
got
hold up.
your ass
Let's be
smoked.
real.
You done
Let's be
got this
real. Let's
work.
be real.
That's what the
You're
fuck you done
admitting.
got.
You're
You done got
admitting.
this work. That's what you done
You are
got.
admitting that he got
Big
sued
bro.
for it, right?
What else?
And then the way that you try to move the
Okay,
goalposts
okay.
is to say,
What else?
well, did
What
he or
else?
did
What
his
else about the
company
black
get
people?
sued? Who the
What
fuck is
else?
in charge of the
I just
company,
explained.
dude?
I just explained it to you. But you don't.
Who's in charge of the
You
company?
obviously don't understand business. You obviously don't understand business. You can have an LLC. That something can happen. You have a business. You can get sued for that. But you're not. You're not touched. Your family's not touched. But you don't understand that. So move on. What else did he do to black people? That was in the
Wait,
70s.
wait,
What
wait,
else
wait,
did he do?
wait. Are you gonna sit here and
No,
tell
we're
me
gonna
that?
move on.
No, no,
We
no, 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 no.
we're
I
gonna
don't want to
agree to
move on.
disagree.
I want to stick to exactly what the fuck you're saying.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
I'm gonna try to pin you down on this.
Okay.
Are you literally gonna sit here and say that Trump has nothing to do with his actual companies that's under his name?
Are you gonna let me explain it, or are you gonna keep talking? Because
You
you're
can
gonna get
explain
scared.
it,
I
but it
try to
is.
explain
I
it again,
mean,
but you're
you
not
could
gonna
try.
comprehend it. So why
You
explain
could
it to me,
try.
right?
Go ahead.
All right. So like I said, when you have a company, when you're a fucking billionaire, you're not day to day to nothing. You think that's his only company? He probably has 4 or 5 more, right? So he signed somebody. There is a director of Trump Towers. There's probably an assistant director. There's probably an assistant president. And they don't even touch it. Then there's probably somebody who admits. Chelsea, what's some people called to admit you to apartment?
So
People who admit you.
somebody else
Hold
was
on, hold
being
on. When
racist
you get admitted,
under his umbrella,
yeah, and
under his
but
company. Somebody else was. It
yes,
wasn't
that's
him.
how it
It was
works.
somebody else up under him,
So you don't understand
bro.
how it works?
I'm asking
You
you.
don't
I'm asking you.
understand.
Is that what
Yes,
you're
I'm telling
saying?
you that's how it works. If I go file out, if I go to a company right now and try to get an apartment, the lady at the front does not own the
If you,
fucking
bro,
job.
you know what? If you tell me,
Do you
if
understand
you
that?
can
Yes or
show me
no?
where, if you can show me where
I don't have to
he
show
was
you
at
that.
the,
You should
if you
know
can
that.
show me where he was at the top of this, and somebody who actually not what it was not him, but it was somebody else that implemented racist practices, and he fired them for that, for those racist practices, because of the fact that they were being racist. Can you show me that?
I can't show you that because I'm not.
Exactly.
You want to know
Exactly.
why? Because I got common
Exactly.
sense, bro. I know that they
Oh,
got
common sense will tell you
secretaries.
it wasn't.
They
It
got
wasn't Trump.
secretaries. They got
It wasn't
president.
Trump.
It's a
It was
multi-billion
somebody
dollar
else up under
company.
him.
Of course it was.
Oh,
Of
get
course
the
it
fuck
was.
out of here, bro. Come on,
I,
guy.
I got
Come
$100
on,
on
bro.
it.
Come on, bro.
I got a
Nobody
hundred
in this
bucks
chat
on
is
it.
gonna believe, bro. Nobody in
I
this
got a
chat is
hundred
gonna
bucks.
believe
He
you
didn't
when you
read
say
one
that.
application. I got a
Oh,
hundred bucks.
so
He didn't
okay.
read
So
one
basically, what you're saying
application.
is, when he says that he hires the best people, he's lying.
There you go, changing the narrative, switching the
No, no, no,
goalposts.
no, no,
Now
no,
what he's
not at
hiding.
all. You literally said, I asked you, is it Trump or is it somebody else up under him? You said it's somebody up under him. I said, so does that mean he is not hiring the best people that he claimed to be hiring? Are you saying that he actually hires racists for no fucking reason? Is that what you're saying?
Hey, well, if he hired a racist, so he's racist. Remember, we
If
just
he
had the
hires people that
conversation.
are racist,
So when we just had the conversation, we're in Washington. Do you think
does
there's
he
more
hire people
racist
that
than
are
black?
racist or is he racist?
Like I said, you already know my
You
stand. He's
can't
not
answer
racist.
that shit. You can't
I
answer
can't
it.
answer it. He's not
No, you
racist.
can't.
You want
Okay,
me?
so what's the answer
That's
then?
why we're here because you haven't explained what he's done to black people. Now you're stuck. I asked you again, and now you want to stuck on this Trump Towers. I just explained it to you. Now you want to dumb down and keep talking about if you can't
Oh
understand
my
that somebody under
gosh,
him
dog.
looked at the applications and didn't want to
Bro, I'm
and didn't
killing
want
you, dog.
that's
I'm
on
killing
you.
you. I
So
understand
you
why now
say
you don't want this shit to be on YouTube. Because if I put this shit on
it's
my
on
YouTube, you
YouTube.
gonna look
Okay,
mad
so
crazy.
it's on my
You
YouTube,
gonna
bro.
look
This is
mad
there.
crazy.
This is on. This is on, bro. You know what
Bro,
you're
you
talking
gonna
about. This is
look
live.
mad crazy.
We're seeing who's mad crazy. You're getting this smoke, bro. You
Who's
haven't
getting,
told
bro?
me. I
You
just
can't
told
even
you
answer my question.
what
Who
question
the
I
fuck was
answered.
pulling? Who was pulling the trigger then? Was it Trump or was it his people?
I don't know.
Exactly.
I
Come
don't
on.
know. But
Come on.
I bet
But
you I can go
but
find
you will
out.
acknowledge, wait. But you will acknowledge that somebody, whether it be Trump or his peoples, somebody was misfiring at some point, right?
What I'm explaining, do you understand that a billionaire like Trump has about 20 businesses? You think every day in his business practice that he's looking over applicants to come in his
You know
Trump
what's so
Towers?
crazy
No,
is
hold
that
on. Answer,
you can't
please.
even
You won't
answer
even
none of
answer
my
the
questions.
question.
So we just go on to what the fuck the terrorist is actually doing. Let's go on to what actually the topic at hand is.
Yeah,
You
okay.
want to talk
Like I
about
said,
terrorists?
you no. Let's finish this question first.
Okay.
The bit 20 businesses plus businesses he got,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe more. He's a
Mm-hmm.
billionaire, right? Do you think for his apartment complex that he's looking at the applicants to what color they are on the applicants, that little box? You think he's going to take his time? Because this is basically what you're saying for it to be Trump who did this. See, I'm being specific. For it to be Trump, the person who's responsible for keeping blacks from getting an apartment, as you say, for him to be racist, as your claim, right? Is he would have to personally
No, he
have
wouldn't. He wouldn't have to
looked
personally do nothing.
that I'm looking at
I don't
this
even
right
get why you're
now.
saying that.
I'm
I
looking
don't even
at
get why
you
you're
right
saying
now.
that. He doesn't have to personally do nothing. He hires people to do shit that he always is clearly going to want to do in his like the things that he wants to do, right? He doesn't have to. He doesn't have to make the fucking decision. You think that he fucking literally goes and vets every single person, or does he hire somebody where it's their job to actually go and vet somebody? That doesn't even make sense on its own fucking merits, because we can look at any fucking industry and we can look at any fucking company. Who the fuck does the hiring? Is it the actual owner, or is it somebody that they hire?
I can tell you don't have a boss.
Marquez, you talking about Trump? Believe me, it was him. It was
Bro,
him.
no.
That's how he is.
No, what I'm
See
saying
what I mean?
is
That's how
what I'm
he is.
what I'm no what
So
I'm
you guys don't
that is how he is.
hate
But
Trump.
what I'm saying
Don't
is, do
bring
you
nothing
think that
to the
Donald
table
Trump,
but
who's at the
hate.
top of the, you think he's at the
That's
top of the
it.
food chain? You think he's at the top of the food chain, and he's literally telling them, "Oh, I want this person, that person, that." You think he's hiring everybody? He's hiring everybody.
He's
Yeah,
hiring everybody. You don't have
yeah.
no HR,
No,
right?
You see what he
So
did with the White House?
that's what he did. No. What he did with the White House, he actually hired a bunch of dumbasses, and he fucking ended up firing them.
Man, he got some
So
more in there.
I wouldn't be surprised if he did the same thing this time around.
yeah. See, that's all you guys do is call names and say stupid shit. Now you hired a bunch
I
of
didn't call you no
dumbasses at the
name,
White House.
bro.
I didn't say me. You
I
called
didn't call
people.
nobody no name.
You guys called. You just said he hired a bunch of dumbasses.
Yeah,
You guys couldn't.
like
You couldn't.
Pete
You
Hegseth.
guys
You think Pete
not.
Hegseth is a smart person?
Pete Hegseth is probably smarter than both of you guys. All three of us put together. I probably guarantee you that. Probably got better grades. Probably got
Literally
better grades than
nobody
us.
agrees with you.
Probably got
Nobody
better
agrees with
grades than
you.
us our whole life. Pete Hegseth
Nobody
is
agrees
more
with you.
success. He's more successful than all of us. See, that's what I'm saying. I'm not like that.
No,
I don't look at politicians
no.
and think that I'm
Let's be real
better
about.
than them. I could talk shit
Okay,
to
what do you
them.
know about Pete
That's what
Hegseth?
they do in life.
What do you
I
know
don't
about
know
Pete
nothing.
Hegseth?
I know he's smarter than
Exactly.
you.
So why the fuck are you gonna sit there and
I
say that
know
he's
he's
smarter than
smarter
everybody
than
else in the
you.
room?
He's in the fucking White House.
That
I
don't mean
know he's
shit.
smart. I know he's smarter than you. I guarantee he's smarter than you. I
No.
damn near sure he's smarter than you at the
My thing
bottom.
is
But
this,
that's
bro.
another thing.
My thing is this. If he was actually that smart, he would have actually been qualified. He's a man. Like if we talk about DEI, he's a fucking DEI hire. He is a definition of a DEI hire.
So you believe in DEI
He was not
hires?
qualified whatsoever,
Let's get
ever.
to that. Can we switch gears to that? You believe in
No.
DEI?
We're going to talk about no. We can get into that, but we're
Well,
also going to talk about Pete Hegseth. Let's talk about Pete Hegseth for a minute. What gave him the qualifications to be the head of the secretary of like the DHS?
I don't know who he is. So how would I know his qualifications? See, why would you ask that
So
question?
when I say
I
I
just told
know
you I
who
don't
he
know who he
is,
is.
and I know he's not
Okay, well
qualified,
then
why are you
explain it
giving
then.
me
Then explain it then.
when I say I know who he is,
Okay, well explain it.
why do you give me
So why
pushback?
isn't
And
he
basically,
qualified? Because I know a man that's in the White
why does
House
he not
already.
why does he not qualify?
Yeah,
Why does he
yeah,
not qualify, or why does he
yeah.
qualify? What are
Why
you
was
asking?
not qualified?
He's not qualified because he has no actual experience in the position in itself. He has no experience in whatsoever. The only experience that he has is literally being like somebody who was like part of the actual, like he was at one point in time, he was part of the Army or the Navy. He was part of the military system. Do you think that anybody that we
See,
put
you
in,
just did not say nothing. Go back and look at yourself. He's
do
not
you think that
qualified.
anybody
You
just because they
didn't
have
explain
military
anything.
experience they are qualified to be the head of DHS?
Bro, you didn't explain anything. You're supposed to be explaining
I
why he's
literally
not.
said,
And you gave me some ambiguous talk like you guys always do. You guys don't say nothing about Trump. You just say stuff.
I'm
You
not
say
talking about Trump, bro.
or anybody. You didn't say anything about this guy. I'm
I'm
just
talking
telling you
about
a guy.
him.
I'm telling you a guy in the White
Who are
House
you
is
talking
pretty
about?
smart. It's
I'm talking
pretty
about
smart.
Pete Hegseth, who has
He
no
don't.
qualifications
I know he
whatsoever.
don't know who Pierre Cassis is. I
Yeah,
bet $100.
he's not DHS.
We have
He's defense.
See,
no. I
I
know
know
he
he don't know.
no. What I'm saying is he has no experience being.
None of them got any experience.
Listen to what I'm talking. They got more experience than you. We supposed to give our country over to you too?
Oh
Trial by error.
Get the
but
fuck out of
wait. No,
here.
pops,
Listen to you
bro,
guys.
bro. This is exactly what I'm talking about.
Get the fuck out
You
of
push
here.
the goalpost as if to say, well, he got more experience than you. Does that make him
Well, no,
qualified?
my point is you haven't explained why
Does
he's
that
not
make him
qualified.
qualified?
Well, explain to me. I don't even know who the dude is. Once again,
So
you
how the
said it.
fuck are you
You have
defending
to
something
explain
that you don't
because
even
you
you're
said
you're
it.
defending someone that you don't even know who they are?
Bro. You said it. Explain yourself. You said
You're
it. I don't know
defending
who he
people you don't
is.
even know who they are.
I don't, but I know he's in the White House. I know Trump hired him. So guess what? I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt and say that he's blocking that
You know
position.
what's so and you know what's actually so funny about that?
That's what I'm gonna do.
Remember, hold on. Remember when Trump was in office last time in 2016, 2017, 18, 19, etc.?
No, because he wasn't in
Remember,
the office 2016, 2017. I do believe that was
oh my God.
Biden. You see what I fucking mean? You just be saying shit, right? Trump was not in the office, bro. Whatever. Let's go.
Yeah, no, exactly. Catch yourself,
Yeah,
because you sound
you
dumb
might have
as
been
fuck.
right. You're right.
You
You're
know,
right.
you
Go ahead.
sound
My
dumb
bad.
as fuck.
My
I
bad.
said 2016, 17, 18, and 19.
You're right.
You sound dumb as fuck, bro.
You're
Once
right. I
again,
said
And
you was
y'all
right.
both
Go
got it
ahead.
wrong.
yeah, you was wrong. You was
Both of
wrong.
y'all
We
got it
both was
wrong. He
wrong. We
served
both
to
was wrong.
17. He served 2017 to
I know. That's why I said
2021.
right.
But either
Right.
way, we're still talking
Those
about
are
Trump
election years.
when Trump was in office. When Trump
You're
was in
right, my guy.
office,
He's right.
Jesus Christ, bro.
He's
Like,
right. But keep going. Keep going. What you saying with this? Because now you're trying to get out of it.
I'm not trying to get out of nothing.
But next time you invite a nigga to debate,
I didn't
you
invite nobody, bro.
you came on my thing.
I tried to
Snap it.
invite everybody, but I didn't know that they was
Snap it,
actually going to
bro.
be in here.
Next time you do it, you gonna know better. You gonna be better
Bro,
next
come on,
time.
man. You know it's my first time doing this fucking
Okay,
stream shit or
How
whatever.
many
okay, that
people
ain't
you got on here?
Just
that ain't
you,
my
dog.
problem.
Just you. Can't
Hey, he
just
wanted the
you.
smoke. He came and challenged
I
me.
wanted every I want
And then
no.
because I didn't get on
Yeah.
his crystal little podcast, he said I was running from him and all that crap. Now I'm
Yeah,
on here
because you are,
tearing his ass up. I've been tearing
literally
his ass
everything,
up for
that I'm saying, you're wrong about.
I've been tearing his ass up for a minute and 21 seconds and 53 and counting. But keep going.
Why is
Keep
it that
going,
you
bro.
conceded to every point that I've made, but I ain't conceded to no
Hey,
point that you
we
made,
can
but
see
somehow we
we can chop it down, bro. Like I said, keep
I'm
going.
losing, even though you conceded to the points that I've made.
Because there's no argument with somebody who's not arguing anything. You're just saying stuff.
Okay,
When I tell you what
so
policy
where are the
you
points
said,
that you've
when
made
I
that I
said
conceded to?
when I said policy, Trump's not racist. The border,
And I
right?
literally told you, and I gave you multiple
I said,
examples of how he is.
and then I no, you did not.
Yes,
You just
bro. Oh
you
my
said
god.
Trump Towers. You said Trump
Oh my
Towers.
god.
You said Trump Towers policy, and that's about it.
No.
You can be
You're
able to
gonna
run them
sit here.
down.
Hold on. You're gonna literally sit here and say
You
that
call me Uncle
I
Tom because
never
I was
gave you
talking
an
to
example
Mrs.
of Trump being racist when you
You
know that
said
I
that
gave
Trump.
you at least
You
five
said that
examples.
5 examples. Oh my gosh, bro. Well, then you should be able to butter them down real smooth.
Yeah, five is more than five should be more than
Real
enough,
quick,
bro.
real quick.
Five should be more
Boom,
than
boom,
enough.
boom, boom. Okay, and I can do one for you. The towers. The second one, what? What did you say? The third one, what? The fourth one, what?
About
Now,
what?
if I go into your narrative,
What are you asking? I don't even. You're not even asking a question.
how he's racist. Let's say I was a Trump hater. I'll give you five on some Trump hating stuff. The
Okay.
towers, right? The Central Park Five. You want to bring that up,
Yep.
right?
Brought that up.
Okay, I knew you was Central Park Five. You didn't bring it up, but I was waiting for you to.
I did bring it up.
But no, you
I
did
literally
not.
that was dog. You don't listen, dog. You don't
No,
listen.
you did
Do I
not
have to
say
bring it up to
Central
you
Park
again?
Five. You
He got
didn't say
sued
it.
in the he got sued in the 70s. Do I have to do all
That's
this shit
not mentioning.
all over
You said
again?
okay. You said sued in the 70s. That's
All over again. I'm going to give you all the examples that I gave you
okay.
before.
Okay.
He got sued in the fucking 70s for actually not actually renting out to black people.
That's
He
Trump
got sued.
Towers.
Yes, he got sued. He got sued a little bit later on for actually having discrimination against black people who are people of color that he would hire, that he wouldn't pay them. He got sued again. He actually got sued again for actually bringing out people that he felt like, oh, okay, I'm only going to bring out the white people. I'm going to keep the black people in the back. He got sued for that. He got sued for the Central Park 5. He got like
He did
white
not
people
get
have to.
sued for Central Park Five.
Yes, he did. Yes,
And
he
these are
did.
ambiguous things. Listen what you said. He got sued.
Did he get sued for the Central Park 5? You're gonna say he didn't?
No, he did not. Only thing he did was put up a billboard. See what I'm saying with your dumbass
And then
narratives?
no. Okay, you're right. Nope. You're right. You're right. He didn't get sued. He didn't get sued for the initial paper that he actually took out in the actual paper in the New York
It wasn't
Times.
no paper,
Y'all
bro.
got
You
me
know what?
want to
You know
smoke
what
a
the
Yes, he
billboard is?
cigarette.
did. Yeah,
Paper.
bro.
It
Bro,
was the
are you
billboard.
serious?
It
Do
was.
I
You
gotta?
know what a
Okay, see,
billboard
this is
is?
why we need.
You
This
don't
is why
even know
we
what a
need.
billboard is.
This is
You don't even know the billboard. You're talking about the paper. The paper. I know what the newspaper is. It was a billboard. It was something you see when you look up in the sky.
so
When
you're
you're
going to
reading,
okay. So you're
he
going
put
to
up a
use
billboard.
semantics. You're going to use semantics and say that he's not
I told
racist
you to be
because
specific,
he didn't
bro.
do it under. He didn't do it. He didn't do it under the paper. He did it on the billboard.
Bro, next
Is
time,
the shit
please,
racist or not?
please, bro, don't ever
Is it
call me
is
for
it race?
debate,
Is it
bro.
racist or
You
not?
do not want none.
Is
You
it
lost.
racist or not?
It's not racist.
It
I was
doesn't
just
matter
saying.
whether it was
It's
whether
a
it was a
billboard. What's
paper
racist about
or
it?
a billboard. And then when they came out to be found
Everybody
innocent,
understood.
when they came out to be found innocent, what did he do? He doubled down on it.
Well, let's talk about why they. Let's talk about why they were
There ain't
convicted in
no
the first
question
place.
why.
No, yeah,
What are
there
you
is
talking about?
because one of their you didn't must have watched the documentary. It was the parents' fault. The parents threw him under the bus. One parent didn't want to lose his job. Trump had nothing to do with that. So when they got to the office,
So
or when
when
they
okay,
so see, there
so
you
when he
go.
took out
Not
that
letting me
billboard, that was the
finish.
parents? Was that the
There you
parents?
go. There you go. Not letting me finish. You're being slick. Like I'm telling you the process. When they started picking him up,
Go ahead, bro.
when they got him
Go
in
ahead,
the
bro.
police station, right?
You
When
find
they
like this is the
railroaded him,
thing, y'all find any
they.
reason to try to find this
I'm just
motherfucker not culpable for
listen,
anything.
bro. Now you're not letting me finish. We're talking about the simple stuff
Go
now.
ahead,
I'm
because
talking
my
about
next
the meat
question is
of it.
gonna fuck you up. Go
I'm
ahead,
talking about the meat of it.
go ahead,
Well, yeah,
go
they
ahead.
were innocent, but the prosecution, the police, the parents, they did a documentary on it. Go watch it. That had nothing
I
to do with
watched it.
Trump.
They did a whole Netflix. They did a whole
So,
Netflix.
so, so who was it? The parents who said, "Man, I'm not going to lose my job by going to say your son had an alibi." Right? That spiraled at everything and got them all cracked. What does Trump have to do with that?
The
So
fact
how am
that
I
he
find
literally,
that Trump? So because he put up a billboard because his
you
friend.
know, don't ask me a question and then not let me
All right,
answer it.
all right, go ahead.
You asked me, what does Trump have to do with that? Trump had everything to do with that because of the fact that he had the biggest fucking platform at that time. Who the fuck was able to take a fucking whole billboard out in order to call for the assassination of these young men?
Do you come on, bro? Do you know anybody could do a billboard? Or you fucking you can do a billboard right now? Big Meech put up a billboard in Atlanta.
Who
It
did
would be
it
a billboard
though,
worth of
bro?
yours.
Stop pushing the goddamn
Somebody,
goalpost. Who did
you
it?
the one to you the one to put the
Who
goalpost.
did it? Who did
Who
it?
did what? Who did what?
Oh, now it's who did what? God damn
Yeah,
it.
who? What is get specific? Who did what?
Who put out the fucking billboard? Who put out the ad in the
Trump.
paper?
It wasn't no ad in the paper. It was a
You know, you
billboard.
oh
He
no,
put
no,
it on
no,
the
no.
paper.
I see what you did there. You almost started to say
It
it.
was a billboard. It
No,
was
no,
no
no.
ad in the
You
paper.
almost started to say it. Who put
Trump
out
put out
that
a
ad in the
billboard.
paper? Who
Are
put
you
out
gonna
the
listen
ad
to
in the
why? Are
paper?
you gonna listen to why? I'll give you an example.
I'm not talking about why. I said who. Can you answer my question?
Trump did it. I said that.
Thank you.
I,
Thank you.
okay, we know that. I said that. I'm the one who's put it up. I know he put up a billboard, but listen to why. Are you? I guarantee you try to cut me off before I tell you why he did it,
No.
right? Because put it like this. So if you have a friend and your friend is a prosecutor and he's prosecuting some stuff and they horribly think some five guys raped a girl and you believe him because they're convicted, then you got money to put up a billboard and you feel it's wrong, you political, guess what you can do? You can put up a billboard. Does that make you responsible? Or did you just put up a billboard?
Hey, Marquez, where's your
Are
guest
you done?
from?
Are you done?
Tacoma,
What
Washington, bro. Hilltop, to be specific.
you and where?
I'm from Tacoma, Washington, Hilltop. Before you come on there talking that Uncle Tom shit too, because I don't agree with you guys on hating on a man because he won the presidency, right? Because I want him, because that's not me, bro.
But
Articulate,
you literally just admitted you literally at why did
because
it take
I
me
don't hate him, dude.
why
I'm
did it
not a
take me
hater.
pressing you that long for you to admit
I'm not a hater, bro. That's just
why
not
did it
me.
take that long for me to press you for you to admit that
Admit what? Look,
that
it's
Trump was the fucking reason why these motherfuckers were getting being sought after? When I
you
asked
didn't
you
know they were
when I
already
asked you the
convicted. They
first
were
time,
already
when I
convicted. I
asked you
did
the
not
first
admit
time,
that.
who the fuck was the one that actually put out that ad? You didn't want to
Anyway,
admit it.
that's three. Let's move on. What's the fourth one? What's the fourth racist stuff? We're not going to stay here that long. We're not tied in. What's the fourth one? You
Yo.
debunked that. I debunked the thing. Why is he racist? You still haven't said anything. We got 15 minutes left, bro.
I literally just gave you 5 reasons, bro.
You did
The
not
fact
give
that you
me
don't
five
listen to it,
reasons.
The fact that you
Okay.
don't listen to
You
it
didn't
is
say
on you.
specifically. You
And
said
I get, and
because
that's and that,
you said this.
but bro, you have to
Here's
understand
what
that
you
this is the
said.
reason why your own fucking people that are your friends literally call you a fucking Uncle Tom, dog. This ain't me
Who
saying
calls
it.
me an Uncle Tom? Who calls me
Nigga,
an
I
Uncle
looked
Tom?
at the last fucking post that you put up. What was it? Maybe two posts ago. Them niggas was calling you Uncle Ruckus. Uncle
Who?
Ruckus, bro. What
Who?
are you talking about?
Who? My Facebook friends? Because guess what? Not a
All
motherfucker.
of
Hey, put it
them.
like this:
That was nobody was
what
on
you
your
say on
side, bro.
Facebook, what you
Nobody
say
was
on
on your
Facebook,
side,
and
bro.
what you say to me
Nobody
in
was on your
person.
side.
Listen to this though. What you
I
say to me
listen.
on Facebook and
I'm
what you say
listening.
to me in person is two fucking different things.
Of
Like
course,
I
it's two different
guarantee
things in
you,
person.
none of them guys say any disrespect to me in
Uh,
person.
Man, come on. Of
So
course, it's two
you,
different
so
things in
you,
person.
so you
Bro,
pushing the goalposts on it because you don't want to change the thing. You talking about that bullshit?
why? Because
Listen,
I'm saying that they say something different in person. Of
man, come
course, they're
on,
gonna be
man.
scared of a big black man in person,
I'm
bro.
not
We
big.
are intimidating.
I'm only 6 feet 200, bro. That's not that big.
Hey, it doesn't matter. The fact that we black, they're gonna be scared of us either way. The only difference
Hey,
is that
let's wrap it
the
up.
only
We got
di- the
15
only
minutes,
the
bro.
only difference
I want you to get to. I want you to conclude, bro. Get you in your arguments.
the only
I'm going to
difference
conclude.
the only difference is that
I'm
them
going to
same
give you the
motherfuckers that
smoke,
talk to you when they be online and shit, they won't say that shit to your face because they're
bro.
scared of you. I'm not. I'm
Okay,
not one of
I'm
them
gonna get.
niggas.
I'm
I'm
gonna
not
give
one
you
of
the
them
smoke.
niggas, bro.
I'm gonna let you conclude like in a this is your debate to end.
Yep, yep.
Now it's your time to say what you said, react.
Okay,
Give your
I'll say this. I'll say this.
conclusion,
I'll say
give
this.
you
No,
everything,
I'll
and
say
I'm
this.
gonna
I'll
let
say
you
this.
talk.
I'll
I'm gonna
say
give you
this.
about. We got 15 minutes. I'm gonna give you 5 minutes. I ain't
Okay.
gonna say nothing.
I don't even need 5 minutes.
But
I
look, when
just
I
do
do
I
my
just want
five
to I
minutes,
just
I'm gonna need 5 minutes, and I don't want you to say
okay.
nothing.
Okay, that's
I'm gonna
fine.
give you. Here's your time to
I'm just
speak.
gonna leave it. I'm just gonna leave it at this. We are not going to agree on everything. And we are actually going to, I think, if we actually, there are more things that we can agree upon than things that we can disagree upon. If there's anything that I said that may have been untowards when it comes to, like, you know what I'm saying, like making you feel any certain type of way, I apologize because that was never my intention. I do get a little hyped up. I do get a little bit overamped. But like I said, at the end of the day, as a fucking black man, I'm always going to respect the next person. And you are also my elder. So I will give you that as well. I just want us to actually, at the end of the day, be able to continue this conversation as time goes on. But I'm not going to use this 5 minutes or whatever that you're giving me to disparage you or to talk shit about you or anybody that's in the chat. I hope that y'all don't, you know what I'm saying, don't do nothing like that. Don't say nothing like that. This man is somebody who I respect and I have the highest respect for because of the fact that this is another black man that actually sits on the opposite side of me. That does not mean that even though we have a disagreement of issues, that it's a physical beef or anything like that. Because at the end of the day, this is still going to be, we still related in some type of way. I'll leave it at that.
So I'll go here. Mine gonna be 5 minutes. You get to go back. It might not even be that long. First of all, like I said, you came on. I said something on Crystal's page because that's what I do. I troll, right? So when I see people with this Trump hate stuff, I ask specific questions. Because everybody hates Trump, right? They hate him to the point to where they spew. I call it spewing. I get tired of stuff. Every day they got some dumb stuff to say. They don't come with no facts. They don't come with no just like when you were saying, oh, he got sued for this and that, and he got sued a couple times. Yeah, we know he got sued. What did he get sued for? Just when I asked you about what policy, oh, the policy was him cutting down taxes for the rich. Them is just things that you say. Everybody just say things. Even when I said you should pick a better candidate, you didn't come with another better candidate. The fact of the matter is Trump is president, and he's president over. He won over Kamala, whatever her name is. He's there.
Facts, facts.
All you guys are doing is sounding like little hissy fits that lost. And he's only been in 4 months. And then when you give you the facts, when I say the border, right, then you jump and say those are screwed numbers. They're not screwed numbers, bro. He's stopping the border stuff. Then you won't even admit what an illegal is. Right? Illegal is a person who crosses the border illegally. They don't go sign in and then you go to the embassy like you said. When they go, if they don't come into the country and they go to the DHS before they get to here, now I will give you guys this. Yeah, America, the great places to live. They let them get some food and stuff, right? But what Trump is doing is says no, that's not happening. Then you tried to go to Project 2025, and you only gave me three
I
things.
thought we were
One,
doing like closing arguments. Like,
no, this is my closing argument.
you're gonna use that to attack me?
See, you're talking in my closing argument. That's what the closing argument. I'm telling you how I
Okay,
begged, included
okay,
you. This is my closing argument. I will give you a
okay.
rebuttal,
If you want to use
right?
that to
I'm
attack
just
me for
telling
things
you how
that you
you got the
literally are
smoke,
just like wrong about, go
right?
ahead,
I'm
go
a
ahead.
secret, but not, and I told you you couldn't do it. I knew what you was gonna do. When I started baking you, was gonna try to start talking over me.
Okay,
I gave you
okay,
your time. Gave
okay,
you your time. Now let me
okay,
get my time.
okay.
You went to 2020 Project 2025, which I know you was gonna do. You didn't even know nothing specific about 2025, but we couldn't even get in an argument. I could tell you something good about it, but maybe next time if you want, maybe next time if you want to go there, we can go there. But I'm not even
Bro,
gonna go there because
bro.
you didn't have a specific thing of what projects in 2025 is, right? My point to that is all you guys come from the same hate narrative. You hate the man. You don't give him the respect he due. First of all, he you tried to impeach him. That didn't work. He tried to assassinate him. You're gonna say it was the platform. You're gonna say it wasn't a bullet. You're gonna say a bunch of stuff to not really say that the man, if it was this close, it would have went through his head and he would have died on national TV. But you'll say he didn't get assassinated, right? And then you
I literally
got
never
first.
said none of that. What are you
I didn't
talking
say
about?
you. I'm saying the narrative, the spew. I'm doing
Well,
my.
the whole closing argument is supposed
Bro,
to be towards me.
no, it's supposed to be towards the topic of Trump.
Oh,
You
okay.
can't tell me how
Oh,
my
okay.
closing argument is
If we
supposed
were
to be.
talking about the topic
See,
of the Trump, I would if I would have known that, then
see what
yeah.
you're doing. See what you're
No, no,
doing.
no, no.
Let
I'm
me
just
speak,
saying, if I would have known that it was a topic of Trump, I was speaking on you specifically. I
bro.
didn't say
Let me
nothing
finish.
about Trump.
You can rebuttal that. I'm gonna let you rebuttal that. We still got some time to rebuttal. You can rebuttal that. You still got time. I got about 2 minutes.
Yeah,
And
go
I'm
ahead,
gonna
go
be
ahead,
done.
go
Right.
ahead, go ahead, bro.
So you come. You don't. See, this is what I'm saying. You're slick. So he got assassinated. The Stormy Daniels thing, right? He got convicted for 34 felonies. Because if you got a girlfriend right now and you was running for office and you tried to get some pussy
Oh shit.
18 years ago from her, do you want it to come out right now? You're gonna lie
Oh
about it. Who
damn,
doesn't
this nigga's
lie about
crazy,
getting
bro.
caught cheating? How does it mean 34
This nigga's
felonies though?
crazy, bro.
So what's that mean is there's a campaign against him, and guess what he's done? He was
All
resilient
right, so I'm
enough,
back. Is anybody in
right?
this motherfucker?
And he stood up to it. And you see how he walks? He walks like a fucking pimp when he walks in the fucking thing to in front of his thing. You gotta respect that. Meanwhile, Biden was sliding all over the place, being in the fucking coma on national TV, can't even speak. And that's
You
when you
do
guys got
realize I'm
capped.
not arguing in favor of Biden.
Bro, I was
Can
just
you?
doing my
It's like so.
rebuttal.
Can
Go
you?
ahead.
Can
Go
you
ahead.
please keep it
Go
like
ahead. Go ahead,
specific?
bro.
Keep it
I
specific. That's
was
the only
specific.
thing.
Like I said,
Because
now,
I
now
wasn't a fan of Biden. I never said I
I'm
was
a,
a fan of
I'm
Biden.
gonna let you go for 2 minutes, and then I'm gonna go for 2 minutes, and we're gonna conclude.
There's nothing else for me to say, bro. You said
Okay.
everything that needs to be said, dog.
Well, can I conclude in 2 minutes without you saying that? I don't want you coming in. Can you practice with what I'm
Oh,
saying?
if you want me to just conclude and not say nothing, I'll just
No,
see
I want you
myself
to
out.
conclude. No, don't run from it. Don't run from it. We're gonna conclude. It's like so. You ever been in the
I'm
courtroom?
running. Am I
You feel
running?
me? They do their closing arguments, then they do their rebuttal after that.
I did. Well, I did mine first. I
Okay,
thought that
and I close after you, and then you do your rebuttal. I'm gonna do my rebuttal.
that's not okay. Go ahead. Okay. Okay.
So if you don't want your chance to do your rebuttal, I still want mine.
Go ahead,
Cause
bro.
all I'm
That's
gonna
what I said.
say
Go
is
ahead.
this. All I'm gonna say is this. You got that work, bro. Don't you ever come on Facebook acting like I'm running from you, nigga. You don't you ever do that? Call me on like, do you wanna have a? Yeah, we had it.
I
And you
appreciate the
and you
confidence,
got
bro.
flame, bro. I got you. Come,
I appreciate the confidence.
step up your confidence, step up your game. Learn when you talk and get specific, and then come back. Come back with some specifics, bro. Quit throwing out the
I'm
spew
I'm
stuff.
pretty sure that if you rewind a tape back,
Stay off
that
Christmas page, bro.
you
Cause
conceded to my points.
hey,
I didn't concede to none of your points.
The Seahawks chick looks good, but she don't
I
understand
didn't
benefits.
concede to none of your points. You conceded to mine, though.
You don't have to,
So,
bro. It's all
you
there.
think that you won
I
because of
know I
that?
won. I know I won.
Because you conceded to my points?
I know for a fact I
Because
won.
you conceded to my points, you think that you
No.
won?
I won
Bro,
because
come
you
on
couldn't tell
now.
me one thing the racist
Come on now.
Trump did.
Upload that
Just
shit
like
on your YouTube, bro. Can I upload this shit on my
you
YouTube
call
as
me,
well?
yeah, you call me Uncle Tom.
Send it to
When I
me,
was talking about Mexicans,
please.
the black people can't be Uncle Tom talking about Mexicans, right? That right there, that was your first L. You said I'm Uncle Tom because I gave you to work on what illegal is. You lost.
Okay,
You lost,
okay,
man.
let the comments do the talking then, bro. I'm not gonna convince you. You're not gonna convince me. That's not gonna happen,
Just
right?
go share your stuff, bro. We good,
I
man.
mean,
Good shit, bro.
I need it.
And
If you
so
send me the file, it's going straight up on YouTube. No
so
edits,
look,
no nothing like that.
so I'm in the stream. We're still gonna be in the back. It just won't be. It won't be up.
That's fine, bro. That's fine.
Right. So
No, it was, and I was, and when